I from what I've read, and it may not be true, whatever, but they were getting raped and fucking abused by their father and fucking treated like shit, and they killed their parents and got all this money and were loving. People are like, oh, they love the money. Of course they love the money. I don't care how you get the money, you're gonna love the money. Not only did you get the money, you stopped getting buffed every day. What a treat, bro.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day.
Welcome back to another episode of If This Doesn't Work. Do you think I should introduce the episode like that every time, or do people know why they're here? How about this? Sound off in the comments. If you think I should introduce the episode, let me know. If you think I should just get into the conversation, let me know.
Introduce.
You
You
think?
do something different every time, pretty much.
I'm pretty boring. I'm like same one trick pony, you know. I just am like, this is the episode, and then it always gets weird. Introducing, you know.
I think you're all right.
Thanks, brother.
What's been going on, man?
What has been going on? Let's see. Not much with me, man. Just busy, you know. Working. Going to Florida this weekend.
Fucking right. With who?
To visit
for what?
Visit my cousin Jessica. She lives on like the skydiving base or whatever.
What?
She's like a skydiver now, and she let her lease go up so she could move into she bought a trailer, like a nice RV, to live on the base, and now a bunch of other people live there.
Fuck yeah, dude. You know, RV living is so looked down upon in the wrong way because, bro, people that talk shit about it have never been in them because there is some fucking trailer and RV life, bro. Listen, so never has me and Chelsea. You can find me in a trailer park.
I can see both sides of it. There is something like, well, also there's something alluring about being able to literally move your house wherever having so little. Like the bigger your house is, the more shit you have just to fill it. I noticed that if you've seen any minimalism documentaries.
Bro. That's the thing. That's the minimalism thing. It's because their money, they're making like I know there's people you go to a trailer park, right? A nice one, because everybody's got this stigma like. There are nice trailer parks, like where it's just like not people just being shitty.
Some of them you can't even tell they're trailers because they're on the things they have the like
wide,
skirts around them. They're like
bro.
They don't. Yeah,
and you see a fucking $80,000 car, right? we got a white fireplace hutch, like a fake one at the house, and me and Chelsea's mom went to the trailer park to pick it up. We got it offline or whatever, and dude, we walk in. And they got like a fucking 70-inch TV. Dude's got like fucking, probably fake, but marble countertops, fucking leather couches, bro. Kids riding around, not too much space, but kids in a fucking 4x4 electric.
Stolen four-wheeler.
They living good.
Well, also with her, it's like, I told her in my head, it's like going to be like Sky Carnies. You know what I mean? It's like a bunch of people who skydive.
Give them a t-shirt or a TV show.
Yeah, I bet you it's wild.
Air carnies.
Air carnies. Yeah, because it's like, there's this like, I don't know, there's so many
Because it takes a certain type of person to do that lifestyle.
Exactly.
So I'm interested in what kind of people that.
And it's like a whole subculture.
Yeah,
like,
I'm sure it is.
Yeah, there's all these subcultures right underneath the surface everywhere you look. But no one, it's like if you don't know about it, you don't know. And then you find out about a subculture and you start to see it or like know about it.
Dude, if I was skinny, I'd be in that subculture. I would have loved to do skydiving. But
you can skydive?
Bruh. Listen.
You ever seen fucking Operation Dumbo?
No.
With the elephant? They dropped the elephant out of the military plane?
You're worried about the weight thing? I was gonna say, they drop cargo. Like,
well, I know
that.
Like, most places, like for the longest time, it was a weight
like a
limit.
limit.
You can pay extra money to get like a thing. And the weight limit was like 210. And those days are long gone. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I guess it would be tough, like, because your first couple, you got to be strapped to the front of somebody. Yeah. Imagine being like, what kind of guy do you need to, to support a 210?
So my thing is, like, if it's already like you gotta pay extra money to do it, like it's a little, the risk factor goes up a little more. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, maybe one day, maybe I'll get cancer, and before I die, I'll just jump out.
That's what I would do.
I did it once.
Sure, it's awesome.
It sucked. I mean, here's the thing. It's like, was it awesome? Yeah, it was like very intense. I was scared.
Yeah,
I'm scared of heights. I was doing it to get over the fear. It did not work.
I love heights. It would kill me.
Yeah. You love heights? That's crazy.
Doesn't matter.
The fear of heights for me is in here. It's not. It's not in my brain.
I'm
the
saying
fact
that
that you thought you could change it, I feel like is also a little bit
stupid,
nuts.
You thought you could change? You thought
I thought it would help me alleviate the fear a bit.
Like you.
Well, yeah, I'm sure. I would think
exposure
that's,
therapy
I would think so too. I would think so, but I don't know. I mean, maybe not because like that is the ultimate peak of the fear. Like when you dream you're falling out in the sky.
Yeah. I don't know if exposure therapy works.
Well, you took it to the limit. Like there's exposure theory, like whatever you just said. I forgot. But then there's also like way just staring the demon in the face.
Yeah,
it's bad.
The fear for heights is in here. You know,
like going up on a ladder, like
feels like it's in my DNA.
Standing on top of a building might be more exposure therapy for you. You need other than jumping out.
Ease
of a
into
plane.
It a bit.
Yeah. Levels. Do it in levels. Baby steps.
You have to build up.
Yeah, like that's jumping out of a plane is not like jumping into the deep end.
You started fucking boxing and you just wanted to fight Mike Tyson first fight.
Right. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I'm extreme, you know.
Hey, I like it.
But they'll probably talk me into jumping out of another plane. I'm not going there to jump out of a plane. I'm going there to having like a Halloween like party thing.
Well, so as you right now, things could change.
Yeah, I'm sure. You know how easy it is to talk me into some shit?
Yeah, easy it is probably jump out of a plane in Florida.
When you're at the base, you're already there.
It's probably harder on the base to jump out of a plane in Florida.
You're already there, you know. But yeah, I mean that's basically all I got going on and working.
I've been busy as hell, buddy.
In crawl spaces, being an electrician, you know.
Gotta love that life. I remember it when I was doing that stuff, man.
Dude, something I don't love about sprickets and spiders and shit, but you know.
We did a lot of the boiler rooms in all the schools back in the day when I was an apprentice.
Commercial, I feel like there's less bugs.
Less bugs, a lot more hot pipes you gotta climb by. Steam pipes.
Mm-hmm.
And I got caught in the middle of two of them one time.
Dude, it's scary in there too because everything's pressurized and hot. Dude, and they talk about it. One of these, 100%.
And you're not getting out. Like you're not gonna be. You can't run away.
Yeah, even if it's not an explosion, if there's like a leak of the steam, it'll cut your arm fucking clear off.
Yeah, you know what I mean, you could be down there and not even understand what you're doing. You just pass out.
True.
I mean. The one time I was crawling back and forth, there was like this much space between these two steam pipes. Or something. Actually, it was a steam pipe and like a water pipe, right? So one of them I couldn't touch. Whatever. So I get through about a couple, 3-4 times throughout the day. And
you
that last time,
you got
complacent. My back fucking went down, because you're hitting the top and you're going so hard that way from it. You're banging on the other pipe and your reaction to bang on the other pipe. I'm stuck in the middle like a fucking pinball. Nah, dude. Not for me.
Pinball's sick.
Dude, pinball is so tight. Shout
pinball
out Crabtown, bro.
Crabtown, dude. Shout out any bar with a fucking pinball game or any game. Give me something to do.
Pinball is only not sick if you're paying like $5 a turn. That's the only time it would be not sick.
Crabtown's still running off change.
Dude, when we went there, we were there for 4 hours and spent like $35 playing pinball straight. You know what's crazy? I looked up that Deadpool machine we kept playing, and it is stupid much. It's like $12,000.
Oh, to get it? You were going to get it?
Yes. We had so much fun. I was like, oh, put this bitch on Afterpay, brother.
Yeah. Well, we got a friend with like Golden Tee in the basement. I mean, people get games.
The games you can get the games, but that one in particular.
Yeah,
Buck Hunter, Deer Hunt, that's his shit, bro. I've looked those prices up. You can get the cheaper ones.
Dude, Buck Hunter is like the level of graphics and digital. It's like
I got it on a PS5.
It's like Duck Hunt.
Dude, I got it on a PS5, dog.
Are you guys talking about single standing machines though?
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the multi machines though that you can program
to
do
you can program them up.
You know, a shitload? Yeah, dude. Like you could have every arcade in one.
But like, this one would be fucked because it's that long shotgun.
That's the thing. Like that's where it gets.
Golden Tee has the ball.
And I want that shit to say Big Buck Hunter, the fucking deer on the side. I want the works, bro.
Yeah, that's fair.
If you want the HD one, the one that got like the 4K screens, whatever, them bitches are expensive. But you can get the old ones like Green Turtle used to have for like $1,200.
I feel like I wouldn't even want a 4K. I want one of them old fucked up.
Yeah, dude. I'm telling you, get them bitches cheaper. But pinball, for some reason, these new Deadpool pinball.
I feel like there's more tech in the pinball machine almost than a fucking
pinball is absolutely insane.
Yeah,
every single
seems
angle.
random.
Yes, nothing is random.
Yeah,
every single angle has a fucking outcome.
Yeah,
you know, that's insane. If you really look at the pinball machines, they're crazy.
When you lift them up, the wires coming off of everything, it's like I don't understand. Like it's like an old school, like when you do the phones and like connecting to. It's like one of those. It's crazy.
Yeah.
When I looked at the prices, it was
I love that you looked up prices,
dude. And they're all for like a plan, like to come out and fix it forever, however long, because like who you gonna get to come work on your pinball machine because broke? So they do the whole works.
Yeah, I guess if you're like a pinball machine repairman, it's probably good money.
Specialty.
Listen, yeah, it's probably not a lot of them.
I just don't know. Like, I mean, you think, but when we went there, the dude was in a tournament or a league, pinball league. He was hounding us. Bro, you come up here and play pinball? I was like, I haven't been here in 8 years. Like, what? I play on Tuesday nights.
Anyone who approaches us as strangers to like let us know he's in the pinball
Bro,
league was
looking
nuts.
over my shoulder, looking like, what you did there? Well, shut the fuck
he
up,
did
bro.
The thing, you know when they teach a golf swing, like when a creep teaches a girl a golf swing, he stands behind her. He did that to Josh.
Like, dude, I'm like trying to catch the fucking pinball with the arm still, like I'm playing pinball on the computer, bro. Hey, what are you doing?
That's amazing.
But
there's a league though, is that a joke?
That's a real thing.
Genuinely,
dude,
this
it's
guy
a real
was
thing.
like giving us accolades, brother.
Two-time 1998,
You should come up here and
1999.
Also, he's like blacked out drunk, you know. But I
You gotta
believe
be
him.
to be in a pinball league.
yeah, he's got more shit going on than the pinball.
He's
league.
definitely cheating on me. Really, my man's at the fucking pinball tournament.
Yeah, he's up to something outside of there, you know. But Buck Hunter was my shit. I like Buck.
That was my hands-on favorite game. I'm not a big Golden Tee guy. I like golf. Golden Tee's cool.
I'll smack the fuck out of that ball. End
get
up
it.
with a bruised hand.
Yeah, man, it's cool and all.
Yeah,
I do
nah.
like it, but it doesn't hold a fucking.
I'm almost as bad at Golden Tee as I am at real golf, which is just terrible.
Dude, when we all had all them fake IDs, when like our whole age, the people all had them real fake IDs, like not the ones you got on the internet. We were all getting them from the one guy, and we all had our IDs, man. I remember like a few of us, like me, Eugene, Shane, and all those kids, like we would just go to Green Turtle to play Big Buck. Yeah, we'd be drinking cold beers.
Yeah,
But
there'd be like 13 of you guys standing around the
Bro,
two players.
all the fucking title, like all the top scores were just all of our initials, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And we're all like 17, 18 years old.
those are the good old days.
But that was a fun ass game, bro. Eugene was the first one to look up the price. I remember we were sitting in my basement.
Well,
looked
he
up the
got
price.
one. He went ahead and sent it on.
He wasn't kidding.
Or no, he's got the Golden Tee. You don't
He
have
got the Golden
Buck
Tee.
Hunter. Yeah.
But I got it on PS5. It's not as cool. But
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't even necessarily would want it on a console.
Golden Tee.
It's very, very arcadish on that console still. It's not like
Oh,
it's just
really?
you move. It's
Do
the
you
same
have the
thing.
fucking shotgun?
That's why I say.
Well, then fucking get
Same
rid of
thing,
it.
bro.
Get
I'm
rid of
saying.
it. It's like Duck Hunt without the fucking little pistol.
Yeah, man. Fuck that. Give me the Atari.
You playing any good games recently or what? That's enough.
I started playing Red Dead Redemption 2 again, but like, it's weird. I was just having this conversation with somebody. I only really play sports games like a little bit at night, like when all the kids go to bed and shit. Like I play them, but like the time wise, because you gotta be locked in the video game and story wise.
Yeah, you have to be locked in.
But like, it's games have slowly become like they just hold your hand and walk you through everything. Like there is no more thinking of what I gotta do.
Dude, do you remember used to having to
100%.
get like the manual or getting like the
Yes,
guide?
dude.
Getting
I
a
used to
guide.
buy those fucking $24.99 books from GameStop
You
all
had,
the
like
time,
a fucking
baby.
guide because
And
if
not
you
the cheap,
didn't,
yeah, dude. It was
Yeah.
like, how
Those
do
were
I
good
beat this
days.
ball? So you got to jump on this rock, got to crawl behind it, go on this angle.
games were never better.
It is God of War is the only one I pretty much that I am well aware of. Like the new ones are still like it hurts my head to play. I gotta think about shit, and I'll be fighting bosses for like ever because I can't do it. But the flip side of it is it's hard for me to keep my attention on a fucking video game as long as I love Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
I love Grand Theft Auto and those kind of games. But I play in Red Dead Redemption and like it's awesome. I'm having a great time, so I'm not liking it. But I only play like 2 missions and I'm done. I can't do the fucking
Yeah.
hours no more. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
The cutscenes get longer too. I used to say that it was hard to like pull me off of video games, and now it's hard to put me on them.
Yes, dude. Yes.
And it's organically. It's not even like I'm making the choice.
No,
it's
yeah,
like
man.
once you, I don't know. My
Yeah, I'm
life
not
is
doing it
making
for
the
a
choice
reason.
for me.
I'm not doing
yeah.
it for the kids. I'm
Yeah,
not
exactly.
doing it for
You're
wife.
genuinely not as interested in staying.
I've literally made it to where I tried to overdo that and play them at night where everybody's in bed. But I, like you said, it's organic. I'm like, fuck this, man. You know what I mean? I'm going on fucking Facebook.
I'm going on
watching reels,
TikTok.
bro. You know what I mean? But like, I'm scared that when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, like, I can't wait for that game. Of course, we all grew up with that.
When the fuck is that coming?
Who the fuck knows? But when it comes out, if they keep on delaying it, I might have no interest in playing it, and I'm fucking worried. I'm fucking worried about it.
It's a game where you kill prostitutes. I think you'll find a.
I
I'll-
kill
you'll
the fuck
find
out
a
of
way to-
people in Red Dead Redemption, and now I'm like thinking like an old man. Like I'm like, do I really want to spend this fucking $75 to clear my bounty name? Or do I really want to shoot this guy? You know what I mean? Like I'm just gonna let him go. Like what the fuck am I doing, bro? What am I
Video
doing?
game morals.
Right?
That's-
What am I doing?
that's
Grand Theft
funny.
Auto comes out, I'm gonna be stopping at fucking red lights, bro.
A law-abiding citizen in Grand Theft Auto is so funny. Someone abiding traffic.
Like I was like, yo, the kids are gonna. I got nothing to do one of these days. Like kids are gonna be in school, Chelsea's gonna be at work. I'm just gonna fucking pound Red Dead Redemption. I'm like,
And it's a great game.
it's
objectively.
awesome. That's why I'm using
Yeah.
that as an example because that's like one of the best games ever to me. But it's just not there no more. Really, like sports games are
You
cool
just
because
lost
it's a
your
different.
passion for it.
Because it's like sports games are like the only thing I can think of you're gonna get what you put into it. Like if you're skillful, you'll be good. But like these games are just all hold your hands. You know what I mean? Did you know in China?
Probably not. What is it?
China this is my buddy's big into like that
China
cyber stuff, right? Like all the video game stuff, like big gamer PC guys, stuff like this. He downloads a lot of either Chinese or Japanese versions of the games. Like it coming, we were getting them offline pretty much. Right? He showed me how to do it and everything. Get free games, American games. He chooses the route to go that way. I asked him, why are you fucking playing these? You get the same game here because they're made harder. The same game is made harder over there.
Really?
It's crazy. Like it won't have certain markers telling you where to go. It's wild. I had no idea.
Maybe they're just like unfinished.
No, they're just.
And he's like they're harder because I can't.
No, they do that for a reason because they want to overtake America and make us dumb and lazy.
We're already there.
But seriously, certain games over there. I don't know how truthful it is, but it's fucking kind of wild to think about.
Well, I've heard their TikToks are curated and shit to be like engineering and like they're limited or something. Like I heard it's just a whole different thing.
Yeah, where's the TikToks for how to get a fucking loan and what's up with credit?
Now you could argue that the government is perpetuating, kids dancing and some fucking whatever else is on TikTok, freeing the Menendez brothers. But what I'm saying, it does feel like it's organic. Like I don't know. It's hard to say that like if it's this thing that's pushed or genuinely people just want to see like titty shaking and people singing.
I think it's the second part.
The thing is, I agree with you.
They're like, oh, you want to see fights
like,
in this?
They'll want to see learn how to balance a checkbook, but you got to do it in a rap or you got to do it like some kind of gimmick
as far
way.
as content is concerned, the bigger thing, the louder thing, the more shocking thing or jarring thing or whatever thing's hitting on. Like you said, certain things aren't interesting as content. Even though they're
I love it. It's perfect for me. My shit's right on me, bro. It knows me better.
The algorithm knows you better than you
because
it'll know when you're horny and when to show you certain ones.
When you hear how it's like certain, like curated for certain places, blah blah blah, you also got to consider where you're hearing the source from because maybe they're just having a shitty experience. Maybe they're just fighting with themselves. Maybe they don't understand what's going on.
Yeah,
or hearing from different. It's just too many fucking variables.
You know how good how good that TikTok algorithm knows you, right?
It's pretty.
Imagine in 10 years, like porn. Imagine the TikTok level of like data collection.
It's already getting there.
I know.
The recommended for you is, for the past 3 years has been getting better and better and better.
It's crazy.
In the beginning, I'm like, no, this shit's fucking for me.
And then once they fully, it's just gonna be like,
you can clear it too. You can clear your the recommended.
Yeah.
Don't need to no more because shit's on.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Do you think it's bad?
What?
I go back and forth. I was like trying to like take a break from watching porn.
Yeah, I'm not one way or the other.
Okay.
I'm on the fence.
I was talking about it with someone and I'm like, yeah, I'm not like against it. I'm just like taking a little break. And they were like, okay. And they weren't like,
what are you, gay?
Well, they were just like genuinely asking like, why? How do you think it affects you negatively? And I'm like,
it does. 100%.
And in what way? This desensitization or whatever? Because I couldn't really answer it. I feel the same way. It can't be good for my brain to be intaking the most unrealistic, hot porn at a fast rate in a compilation. Like there's just like it seems like overkill. Not that it's always that. It's just.
When I say 100%, I think it's like it negatively affects 100%. I think it positively affects 100%. That's why I'm on the fence. Because like, I watched so much porn before I had sex. I think I knew what sex felt like before. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know what it feels like, but like...
Well, you could argue that it creates an unrealistic expectation for kids who
sure does. If you're a weak-minded person...
But for an adult who, is of sound mind...
I know Chelsea's not coming out in a fucking schoolgirl outfit or whatever, or acting like my stepmom. You know what I mean? I know that's not going to happen. Yeah. So, I accept that these are unreal expectations.
Yeah.
But...
I just mean pre-sex, though. You might,
pre-sex, yeah. But even further on in your relationship, if you're watching these things like, man... My wife ain't shit. She's only having sex with me every other day, and it's the most boring sex. At least you're having sex. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I think the testosterone levels and releasing that fucking
poison.
Yeah, I think that has a lot to do with it. Like,
well, there's also like you could masturbate without porn, like a pilgrim.
Yeah, but that's still masturbate. Okay, so you're just talking porn.
I'm talking about the consumption of the porn. Yeah, not the masturbation. That's like getting to like, religious stuff or some shit. But yeah, masturbation I think is healthy. And I think I've met women in my age, in the mid 30s who like or don't masturbate. They're like, that's for my man. And it's like, I don't know. It doesn't seem healthy to me.
It's for me and then there's some for my woman.
Well, yeah, cool. That's what I'm saying. It's like, it doesn't have to be one or the other. Like, I don't know. It just seems like to not know yourself or your own body.
If you don't watch porn, you're probably not that great at sex either.
I don't know.
I can't say that because I don't know all the people I've had sex with that fucking
Sure, you don't know their history.
But I would imagine that. I mean, it's like it's like a flight simulator. It is
like studying game tape.
If you're fucking flying planes, if you didn't take the flight simulator for you going, you're probably going to crash.
Imagine being a dancer who's never seen another person dance.
Thank you. Perfect example. Perfect example.
So, like, you're just gonna be weird.
It's a natural thing. It's primal. So
I'm not saying you couldn't be good at it, but you can learn moves from other fucking sources.
And be saying the wildest shit probably too. If you've never seen no sex, like you probably like you're not supposed to say everything that goes in your head. You know what I mean? You think about that, like, oh my god,
ooh, slippery.
Yeah, like, oh my god, was that good for you? Was that amazing for you? You know what I mean? Like crazy shit. I don't know. There's so many things, but no. I think you're on the fence. I'm on the fence about it.
What do you think? Good or bad?
I mean, look, I look at it like I look at preparing food or making food. Like the masturbation for me, we're trying to get the shit done quick, right? For me, the porn acts as like something that I can make this thing happen quick, and I can be on to the next thing. So I'm not like focusing my day on this, basically. You know what I mean? So yeah, I guess I'm just like,
you just want it like that.
I just want to get out,
definitely
on to the next thing, and be
important.
100%.
If you want just quick, you don't want to do that with your girl.
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't want to just make that quick on her because you got to think about her.
Never.
This
is a personal thing. Yeah, this is a personal thing.
I don't just have sex with you for me. I'm trying to make, you have a good time too.
Yeah. Well, I've always
jerking also all for me.
I've always found that a little strange, not to judge other people's, actions, but like when people are like, yeah, I don't masturbate because I'm in this relationship and they can take care of me.
To me. I don't give a fuck who you are.
Well, they'll say like, oh, I'm getting taken care of. It's like, yeah, okay, but it's a different thing. That's to your guys' point there. It's not the same thing.
It's not
like, yes, you happen to be orgasming both times, but they're completely separate things.
To be fair, some people don't need to be, I don't have a good word. Let's just say milked for fun. Some people need to be milked like daily, and some people can be milked weekly. You know what I mean?
I think everybody's different.
So like maybe those people you're speaking to are just like low driven, like
definitely.
They just don't.
My whole point is though, it's like it is a different thing. Even if you're being fucked every day by your girlfriend, you might be stoked when she's gonna leave, so you get to jerk off one day.
Yeah,
because it's a different thing.
Oh, that's fair.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
my whole point is that it's different.
What do you think it does? I think it may affect you long term too. Like jerking off a lot. You know what I mean? Is there like levels to it? Do you get like
I heard you can go blind.
Hairy palms. But like I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like, does it affect you long term somehow? Jerking off versus not.
I don't know. I think the porn consumption does more than the jerking off.
Yeah, I don't think jerking off has anything to do with it. But watching like the hottest girls of all time, like in their prime, as we are getting out of our prime,
and they somehow have dicks and tentacles coming out of their back. It's like you get into weird shit.
It does get weird because then, like, especially you get married, and you're gonna compare. We're a comparative species. You know what I mean?
What I'm trying to say is like testosterone levels. Like, do you burn it more? Like, if you're keeping all that in.
Interesting. So people have talked about that. Boxers.
Are you going to need
boxers say that they should not, come a couple weeks before a fight.
There's many
because it's pent up.
Big athletes,
but then other people say that you actually do want to. It's like a whole.
That's a great disputed thing. It's a forever war in the land of sports.
You would think scientifically, though, you'd be able to just figure out which one is more conducive to those brain
chemicals. Listen, if it was really good, Tim Tebow would have been great in the pros.
True. But he was all pepped up. That man's so hyped up that he's still fucking giving speeches nonstop. You know what I mean? So maybe he's still burning them up. And look at his body still. That testosterone's probably building them muscles up. All that
and he's probably coming. He's probably jerking off the jeans.
He's coming, bro.
I don't know, man.
I don't trust that. Look, listen.
I don't either.
It's hard for me to trust a dude who don't come. At all.
Yeah.
It's really hard for me to trust because for one, I already think you're lying.
You went to Florida, so
we're starting this relationship off on you lied to me. In my head.
You lied to me.
It's hard for me to trust when guys say, and I think that they mean it well and respectfully, and I get the sentiment. But when I hear people say, man or women married, and they were like, I only have eyes for them.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Bro. And listen, it's sweet. I get the sentiment. And here's the thing, too.
It's not even sweet. It's not even sweet.
It just seems dishonest.
That's why it's not sweet to me.
It seems just dishonest.
That's stupid.
Now listen, I'm
calling everybody in the room I said to an idiot. As soon as I say it.
Right.
If you change eyes to heart, I feel like you're good. Like then you're good again.
Wait, but what is it?
If you like change eyes to heart, your eyes obviously like
for sure.
What are we doing? Like obviously you're she's your girl, but like,
yes, and I'm not saying that you're looking at that person and thinking I want to fuck them or be with them, right? But to say that you can't like objectively say that someone's ass is hanging out as hot or there's something going on.
Go outside and say the weather's nice today, then you could look at somebody and say they look nice today.
Objectively.
I'm not sitting there saying, oh, fuck her brains out.
Exactly. You don't have to be disrespectful.
Me and Chelsea do that shit with people all the time. You'd think I was gay, some of this shit I said.
Dude, I love that the most. When I see a relationship, two couples, like watch a person go by and they both comment on the same, like it's awesome.
They're living in the same reality.
And they're comfortable to do it.
Living in the same reality. Even to disagree. Like, I think that person's not like, I think that, or whatever. It's like,
you're learning about them.
And to have that convo seems healthy.
About your partner as well.
Yeah.
Because you could be some dude that you like Chelsea's like, look at that guy. And I'm like, don't see what she's saying. Maybe she's seeing the way he's holding himself. Maybe she's seeing something. Maybe she's attracted to that. But you got to be a fucking idiot. Me and Chelsea travel the world. If you don't think we're going to see people that we think is like just drop dead, stop. Like, I'll be like, Chelsea, look at her ass right there. Like, look at that thing. That's crazy.
It would be almost crazy to not call it out if it was, if it's in your mind.
Because I'm going to be lying to you. I'm looking at it. I'm going to look at it.
You're talking to me and I'm thinking about this thing and it's like, I'm fighting not. Look, I heard a comedian do a bit about it when a woman has like her cleavage out and try not to look at it. He's like trying to explain it to his wife, and he's like, it would be like someone having two little adorable puppies on their chest and coming up to you, and you can't look at them. You're not allowed to even peek at them, but they're the cutest little puppies you've ever seen in your life, and you're not allowed to look at them, and you definitely can't draw any attention to them, and you don't pet them, whatever you do, and it's like.
Especially at the gym. Like, what are you wearing? You're wearing, like, skin-tone leggings that shows your pussy hair. Like, you're looking at it. And you think every guy's not like you're looking at people dirty for looking at you. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Well, the gym thing's weird. We were talking about that recently, and I was like, I feel I've never.
That's right. We brought you up because you said you met your wife at your gym, right?
Well, she worked there.
She worked there. Well, okay. I guess that's different. Then. That is different. That's good to know.
I'm not sitting there like gawking at somebody. Sure. Drooling is crazy.
Because there's a line, and people can get gross. And here's the thing: to be a woman in this world is tough because men are cavemen and they're gross like us.
Like. For sure. And when I'm like when I see,
so I go out of my way to not. That's what I was telling you last time.
That's what I was about
when
to say.
There's girls in this,
I'll go the other way.
Yes,
I will work out somewhere else.
Me too.
Not because I can't be around them, but because I don't feel like that.
I don't want to make them uncomfortable. I'm way too aware of it. Like
that's fair.
I remember I told you.
Yeah, 100%.
These girls work in the separate part of the workout in the separate part of the gym, right? And I assume it's because they're like sick of being looked at or hit on or whatever. So when I want to go in there and do something, I won't even do it.
It might not even be a thing.
I'll wait.
It might not even be a thing. And I ain't even got to be looking
exactly.
at them.
They might want.
You know how the gym is. When I'm done my set, like I'm looking around at everything. Just because I'm just like, just breaking that focus for like 30 seconds. I'm looking at everything. And I might look like I'm looking at people. But I'm not looking at people or staring at them. But let's say this girl is right in front of me, a dumbbell with her ass cheeks in the air, bending down. I'm wired to look right down.
It feels like you're going against your DNA to not.
For sure.
It's just like,
I'm not thinking about it. It just... Look down, I look away immediately, but like, I don't want to make them feel that way.
I love us mansplaining the fact that women can't be hot at the gym. You don't think we're gonna come up and touch you? You don't, you don't think we're gonna come up and just grope you?
We're not mansplaining. We're talking about.
Well, anytime guys explain anything, they're mansplaining. You have to realize
nowadays.
But
we're talking about
as an SWM, as a straight white male, you're not allowed to explain anything, brother.
Tell me about it. Fucking can't talk about nothing.
No.
Remember,
luckily I'm a straight-ish white male.
What are we doing?
Yeah, actually the guy that we actually had a guy say a hard faggot recently on the podcast.
I meant it.
Oh, well, actually I'm glad you asked because check this out.
Because I can say faggot without meaning.
Of course. Well, this is what's so funny. The person goes, he's telling us a story about someone who we don't know, who no one else on the mic knows, okay? And he's like, yeah, so-and-so, this fucking faggot, yada, yada, yada,
okay,
right?
Yeah,
but listen, hear me out. So then maybe 30 seconds later, he calms down about the subject, and he thinks he's helping his situation by going like, now look, I'm not trying to offend nobody. The guy's a homosexual. Bro, the fact that he thought he was helping, and it was like, it's just funny though, because it's like, if you didn't say that, you wouldn't have been calling someone gay.
And it wouldn't have been nearly as funny. So maybe I'm a fucked up person. It was way funnier.
For me, agreed. For me, it was so funny, the walk back that was a walk forward.
It would not have been as funny if the guy was straight.
Well, the thing is,
we didn't know.
It wouldn't have been as offensive, but to be honest,
he is a homosexual. To be politically correct afterwards is just great.
Yeah.
Cheers to that guy.
He's like, this faggot actually was gay. It's like, dude, chill out. But, he's an older gentleman, and he spent a lot of his life in, in different ways of talking and shit. So he didn't mean anything by it, genuinely.
See, that's the thing. I mean, you got a person it's just a weird time we're living in. You know what I mean? Like, it's a weird time. Like, great that we're growing and, you know, being better, but like sometimes you gotta let these people that are super old have been in, like, let's say somebody's been in jail for the past 30, 20 years. You know what I mean? Like, you can comprehend, you can sit there and say, oh, that guy's so, that's horrible to say, but you weren't in fucking jail for 30 years. You had to talk in there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's real shit going on there.
Yeah.
We're sitting here behind our keyboards like,
being in jail for 30 years is uncomprehendable.
This man had to survive
but
like
no, it's
other
like,
men. Like,
I had to go through it. Like, at first I'm like, come on, man. Like, we didn't mean, like, when we said gay and faggot, we didn't mean, like, gay people. We just meant stupid and wrong. And I stopped myself on a dime like, well, I get it. I get it. Like, that's hard. Yeah, I get it. It's fucking wrong. You know what I mean? It's funny, though. Like, it's funny, like, wow, we were really just.
Well, that's why it's offensive, right? Yeah, because it's like
our age group, like, yeah, sure, faggot didn't mean hateful things, but it was stemmed and given to us from hate. You know what I mean? So we used it as dumb and shit, but like,
we were too young.
They were talking about you're a faggot because you like guys and you're dumb. You know what I mean? We were just like, that's just stupider. That's gay. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, I remember being a kid, dude, and just wanting to say the worst things.
Yeah, I mean, you want to just rebel.
There's an attractiveness to like the wrong. Like for me, I was always attracted to the counterculture, the anti, the sub.
Human nature, man.
Is it though? Because it's like I was even anti-sports. I was anti-school
you
events.
You can take it different levels. You know
yeah, I mean? True. I was just extreme as fuck.
Look at the kids in.
I wish I wasn't. I really do.
Kids in like.
I wish I'd have went to homecoming or prom. I got none of that.
Yeah, but if you went, you probably would have wished you did something else. This is how it goes.
That's bad. It's human nature.
It's human nature. I mean, look at the kids that are, you know,
grass is green.
They serve wine at, like, you know, to kids over there in European countries and Paris and shit like that. You know what I mean? And alcoholism numbers are fucking way less than over here. It's the sense of rebellion, getting that out. You know what I mean? Just like I'm drinking to have fun and stuff, but it's fun because I'm not supposed to be doing it. Remember, when I turned 21, drinking started being like,
right.
You know what I mean?
Because it's the thing you're not supposed to do.
That's all it is.
So if you tell your kids to do heroin, you think probably they'll rebel and not do it.
Not.
Also, I feel like there's more of like a hiding aspect here. Like, I feel like every time I've ever seen an English show, like, they are able to talk to their parents in a way where like they're on the same level. Maybe because they can go have a beer at 18.
There's a baby
and like
here.
That's what it is, man. That's what it is.
I don't know.
They treat them like adults.
There's a baby
like here. Yeah, they baby us.
Well,
and
the problem is too. It's like parents do this thing where they like want to preserve the innocence, right? I see this a lot. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I see a lot where parents, you know, they get to raise the kid from zero, right? So they have this picture of in their mind of their child, and their child is growing up, but in their mind they're still young, and they know this fucked up world is about to swallow them whole, and they do everything they can to grasp onto that by trying to preserve their innocence. But really, you're doing them a disjustice, because then when the world does smack them, it's gonna fucking smack them.
Catch-22, bro.
And you realize they're older than you think they are too, because when they go, wow, when I was their age, I was never. It's like, well, they got the internet. Well, if I'm 10 years old with the internet. If I'm 10 years old with the internet, I mean, I'm watching beheading videos. I'm watching Two Girls, One Cup. I'm watching the worst things you can find.
As parents, we need to accept that, what you just said. We need to accept that these kids are older than we were when we were that age.
Yes.
We were walking around the hallway singing Eminem songs that we fucking just, you know, copped a burnt CD off the internet. These kids are watching all that stuff. You know what I mean? So they can know anything. Like, we're not going to act like you're stupid and be like, I had to have so many talks with my oldest kid. You know what sure. I mean? Because, like, I'm not just going to sit here and act oblivious. Like, back in the day, our parents could act oblivious because we weren't around it.
And there's something so inauthentic. Well, here's the thing about kids, right? While their frontal lobe's not fully developed, they have a lot of intuition. So they can tell when you're bullshitting them.
Thank you for saying that.
That's the thing. It's like you try to shoot them to this like lie, and it's like they can read through it. They don't let you know they read through it, but they're reading right through it.
What you just said is
they pick up on that energy.
That is 100% why I have these real ass talks with Hudson. I never cross any lines because of his dad and his mom and stuff. I live with his mom. The dad's a great dude. Cody's awesome as shit. And I never want to cross any lines with him because that's the father. But I have these real ass talks about certain things because if I'm going to lie to this man's face, he's going to walk up in his room. He's going to either Google or TikTok. You know, the algorithm, right? They're going to hear, the phone hears what we just talked about. So when we get done talking about sex, he's probably getting fed fucking videos, all kinds of crazy shit on his Facebook. He's going to watch 13 people counter react what I just say. And then he's going to lose another chip of respect for me. Mm-hmm. Boom, boom. This guy thinks I'm a fucking idiot. This guy thinks I'm dumb as shit. And then your credibility goes out the window.
Point. Like, that's another good point. Not only are they lying to me, they think but I'm just saying, not only are they lying to me as the kid, They think I'm dumb.
I want to raise my fucking kids. I don't want the internet to raise them. It's going to raise them. But I want to raise them as much as possible.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like if your kid's going to have to hear about these hard subjects, a lot of parents don't want to have the talk because it's uncomfortable for them.
Yeah, I know, for sure.
How selfish is that, though? It's like,
crazy.
Look, either they're going to hear about it from some kid who's trying to fuck your daughter, who's going to lie to her, or the internet, or something, or they're going to hear it from a loving, trusted source that can shoot it to them straight.
These days, you need to take control. Back in the day, you could get away with it because he's going to go to school and hear, oh yeah, you got a blowjob. The girl was jerking off his vagina. You know what I mean? What are you going? You can hear some bullshit because a bunch of kids didn't know. Now the truth is everywhere.
Now the kids are teaching the parents. Like, yeah,
you got to, bro. Like, and you got to drive.
Cocky is and shit.
Do you want to lose? Do you want your kid to lose respect for you? Like, it happens day by day. Look at it. You can easily see. I guarantee you know somebody where you see their kids are just like think of their parents like shit. You know what I mean? I know people like that. What are you gonna do? You gotta do as much. Who knows if it'll work? I mean, it's a good fighting stance.
Nothing will work. Parenting is the hardest job in the world.
Talk about
and everyone fails.
We're talking about the fucking coddling kids or keeping like innocence, or whatever. The one thing we do press is like Christmas is coming up, Santa Claus, right? Now this is the hardest thing to do these days, right? Santa Claus is real over here to our kids. Hudson knows the truth because he's older, but we told him because he's getting, went to the middle school or even older age.
They're going to hear it, yeah.
They're going to hear us come from us, like we were just saying. But, try to raise your kids to not fucking ruin it for everybody else. You know what I mean? Don't have your kids. You can be honest with your kids. I see it, and I understand why people do it, right? There's a person at my work that she said one time, she's like, why the fuck would I give Santa Claus all that credit for all the overtime that I put into this fucking present? You know what I mean? And I can see it, but... There's some, dickhead kids running around like, Santa's not real, Santa's not real.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And that's fucking...
You always have that, though.
You gotta have them.
You always have that.
But think about it like this, right? You're gonna ask all these people who spend all day on Facebook commenting on every video, like, this is fake, this is fake, this is fake, to the other kids to hold the biggest lie of, like, ever in. Yeah, I mean, it's not gonna work. So people are always gonna do that. That's a constant battle as a parent, especially around this time.
That sucks.
It is interesting, just the whole Santa Claus thing, and
it's
how ubiquitous it is. Even people in different religions, everyone's just doing it.
Disgusting. I hate it.
It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing to start with.
I love it and
from
hate
our most trusted caregivers.
How about we change the story? How about we change the fundamental story? And Santa is still Santa, but he employs the parents. The parents are now the elves.
There you
right?
fucking
we
go, son.
We changed the thing.
Or even
the wheels are rolling, baby.
So now Santa can stay real.
Everybody
You're just
gets
working
some
for him.
Or even just
everybody gets some respect.
How about this though? Yeah, I like that too. Or just introduce it as this myth, right? This folklore. Like it's like the Bible. It's like the Bible, right? So instead of saying, "Hey, this is all 100% historically accurate," so then people don't get caught up on looking that shit. It's like,
look at it like
this is a story.
I think kids truly believe the Bible, like every word for word. Like my daughter truly believes
because they're not giving it to them as it's a story.
But what if you did? I don't know where they'd be able to
I'm just saying, I don't think they should. I think it should be introduced as, "Hey, some people think this."
See, I've heard countless different takes on everything, but I think about how Santa Claus was created, like. And I'm sure you heard the Joe Rogan, the mushroom Santa, and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I think my favorite one is how Coca-Cola started it. I think that was my favorite one. The Coca-Cola ads back in the day. You ever heard about that?
I mean, I know they use Santa Claus sometimes.
They look it up. I don't want to fucking be all dumb and shit and say stupid shit, but look it up. It's pretty fascinating. How they were incorporating Santa Claus and made him all fat and jolly and put the red hat on him and the red suit on him for Coca-Cola to pop. I'm telling you, look into it. It's super cool. I'm not saying that it's true, but this is the most realistic one.
Advertising runs the world. Yeah, I mean, advertising and corporations. Speaking of that, did you see Trump on Rogan? You didn't get to see it?
No, man, I haven't got to see that, and I haven't got to see Kamala on Club Shay Shay. And
she was on Shay Shay.
Back to my algorithm. That's how I figured it out. That's how I beat it because I'm very both sides thing. But back in the day, I would heavily lean toward you slip one time, you watch a right video or a fucking Republican video. That's all you get. You gotta watch both, people. If you fucking have a brain, you gotta watch both. You can't just watch how bad one side is. You gotta watch them both. And that's how I get fed everything. I get fed both sides. Fuck Trump, fuck Kamala. I love it. I get this both sides. I like seeing how people think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like seeing where are you coming from.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think that watching a conversation with either presidential candidate will tell you how they think.
Of Fucking course not.
Yeah.
The fucking first clip that I saw from Kamala
says, like, what's the point?
The first
What are we even doing?
I'm watching them for hilarity purposes.
It's
the final podcast view before the presidential. I'm thinking I might just sit down with a bucket of popcorn and watch them back to back.
Now that would be fun to really pick them apart.
If you watch them to fucking be like, oh, I can't wait to see what they got to say.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro. I'm watching them to see all the damage control before the election.
Listen, I know my take on politics is a cheap and easy one to be like, fuck it all, right? But at the same time, it's like, I just don't believe what they're saying. I want to, no matter which side it is, I don't want to just hear 3 hours worth of lies. And if they, here's another thing, right? Here's my caveat. If they mean every single word they say, they still ain't gonna be able to do it.
Nope.
Because they don't run shit.
Nope.
The corporations and the lobbyists run DC and the government. The government exists no matter who's in the head of it. That government is run off of political donations in the form of lobby.
There's a reason there's a 4-year term limit. Because that's the time that you can undo everything that somebody tried to do. What did Biden do the first time when he became president? Like, he's unsigned like 80-something bills and fucking shit. Like, who gives a fuck? Yeah. It don't matter no more. Mm-hmm. It's a fucking circus. Everybody's bought. You don't think Trump's bought? You don't think Trump's bought?
Well, that's what's funny. They're like, he don't need the money.
He don't need. Everybody needs motherfucking money.
Everybody wants.
He may not be bought by the American people. You know what I mean? But
everybody wants money and power. You know, it's like
because you don't get nowhere without making no fucking. I mean, it's funny hearing a couple of kids talking in their basement. A couple of guys talking about in the basement about what is what with power and everything. But here, you don't get. Come on, where are you getting without some friends?
Here for their political takes, you know. We're telling people where to vote.
I don't fuck. I didn't. Facebook's gonna fucking suck next week, bro.
Facebook sucks all the time.
I like it, but it's going to blow dick. I don't know if it's going to suck worse if Trump wins or Kamala wins. I don't know if it's going to suck worse.
It depends on your friends list.
Nah, I think it's going to suck heavily either way. But I don't know which way it's going to suck more.
Suck heavily
is it going to suck when more of the people just slamming, yeah, Trump, yeah? Or is it going to suck, you know what I mean, are people going to riot and kill each other? Who the fuck knows? I don't think the day's going to change at all. I think the internet's going to be crazy. I don't think the streets will burn. I think everybody's too lazy.
The internet's going to be fun.
I can't fucking light a match when I'm like this.
The internet's going to be popping for sure. What day does it happen?
Tuesday, maybe? I don't know.
I think the date, though? It's November 16th or something?
The 2nd.
November 2nd?
I could be wrong. I
feel like we should all know.
What does it matter? It's already made up. They already know.
But I just think I would remember the date. Could you check that, Mike? Thank you.
Sir.
How people say, my favorite thing
election
is when people
day,
say,
it's the same every 4 years.
Trump's the only one that when he won it wasn't rigged. I mean, comes up like, wow, they wanted Hillary to win. They won. Well, here, what was the big thing when Trump won? That the fucking Russians rigged the election, right? They rigged all the machines because they were Russian machines. You don't think that's possible? I think every election's been rigged from the fucking jump. Because watch.
Or ever since they murked JFK.
Watch 10 videos of each side.
Ever since the CAI murked JFK, it's all been rigged.
Watch any video from any side. And then ask yourself, would they fucking let us control who the fuck's running?
Yeah, I think George Carlin said if voting counted, they wouldn't let us do it.
Yeah, I mean that's a great one. George Carlin's got a lot of fucking good ass political things. George Carlin's my man.
Yeah, he was great.
But
tell us about that deer you were hitting.
Oh yeah, man.
Let me see that, please.
So
you were just telling us for the podcast something about this deer.
Yeah. So Chelsea goes away and works and all over the world.
She goes to her second family.
In
Germany or something.
Like about a month every year, she like heavily travels. So I think it was last year.
And that's for work?
For work, yeah.
I don't buy it.
Dude, Chelsea,
double life.
Chelsea, I don't buy that shit. What are you doing over there?
Got work here. Family.
Work here. How about this? Work here.
Please.
Kitchen ain't over there.
Fucking please work here. No. She came up with this silica for work, blah 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 blah. It's awesome stuff.
What was that, Mike?
Silica? I don't know.
Yo, a silica.
Literally
like the little.
Yeah, she came up with a
I thought I misheard.
No, she came up with a
beef jerky. What are we talking about?
She came up with a better, efficient, cheaper way of creating this kind of silica. Whatever they patented it, and blah blah blah. She was in research development.
Break her all.
Dude, she was in research development. She was going to these conventions already and started shopping this shit out, and then it was like a high need for this fucking thing there. So they're trying to build her a plant. So much in the works. She went from.
Was she doing like research development and sales?
No, bro. She went from research development to the head of strategic global marketing for this silica. They have a whole branch for this silica she made.
Global marketing.
The head of strategic global marketing has so many fun words together.
Drop another motherfucking noun on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go ahead. But anyway, she travels and she's doing this to get her career jumping, and it's great and everything. But one time I was driving, you know where I live, down Silver Bay. Across the street, I have Forest Glen or whatever the fuck it is, down that road. Heavy deer, all kinds of deer, right? So I decided to take the kids over to our friend's house, have a bonfire, and blah, blah, blah. So I take her van. She don't want me driving her van when she's gone. You know what I mean? I got my truck. But I do, right? I do. I'm a good driver. But this happened. So I got her van. I'm driving back. It's like 1 a.m, right? I'm driving back. I got the kids in the back. Not drunk. Not anything. You say that.
Them or you?
But I got the kids in the back, and I'm driving.
They're drunk. That's why I'm driving.
It's a fucking 5-minute ride, but I know how bad the deer are, so I'm going like fucking 10, 15 mile an hour. No bullshit. And I'm driving. I see the deer with the headlights, and they're stopped on the side of the road. It's like 4 deer, right? Still going super slow, trying to creep by them. This fucking deer just gets spooked and just runs into the side of the car. Just runs into the side.
Into the side?
Boom. Antlers into
I've heard of that. Isn't that jarring?
It's jarring because I was going so slow, right?
Yeah. It's loud too, right? I mean, it's
super
like a
loud.
full-body deer smashing your shit.
So it hits in it, and I stop, pull over, and I gotta check everything. And I see the deer back there just, floundering back and forth. Obviously his neck's messed up, and he's gonna die, and he's fucking flopping. I mean, 12 o'clock fucking blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I gotta do something. So I go, and I don't have like a tire iron or nothing like that in the car.
Have you seen Me, Myself, and Irene?
For sure. And this is exactly...
Bro, such an underrated movie.
When life imitates art is 100% what's gonna happen.
Okay, good.
I go and I'm like, Hudson, fucking Holden's asleep. I was like, don't turn around, Hudson. I was like, don't look back here. So I go back and I was like, I gotta fucking break this deer's neck. I have to kill it with my bare hands. I don't know how I'm gonna... Do you know how big a deer's neck is?
Dude, yeah.
Do you know how dangerous this is? A deer's antlers, it had to be a buck too, right? So I fucking get over to it, man. It's flopping, crying, and
that's probably traumatic.
I have a huge heart with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, even if you don't have a huge animal heart, to see a living thing like that,
yes, man,
and it's like, yeah, that sounds.
Because I didn't want to do what I was about to do. Yeah, see, so I had no weapon or nothing. I mean, little did I know I could just call the police. They came over and capped it. But I fucking, in the moment, I'm like, this thing's hurting. I gotta fucking.
Cops are waiting to shoot some shit.
It ain't black. It's brown. It's the same
Close
thing.
enough, brother.
So I was like, I guess I gotta stomp on this fucking thing's head.
What the fuck?
Because I couldn't break its
I
neck.
mean, where would you go with it? That's what I was thinking.
I was assessing it. I couldn't.
Like,
you can't grab
what
this
do you
deer's
do?
head and break it. So I had to stomp on its fucking neck,
Bro. Honestly, you know what I think I do?
You call the cops?
I just leave it.
I mean,
that's the worst answer.
That's what you would think.
That's the worst answer.
Until you hear a deer crying, you hear that shit, bro. You think,
bro. All right, so continue your story.
Well, look, I felt really bad, especially.
Yeah, what are you about to stomp this thing out in some Air Forces?
Well, the first time I stomped it, it didn't really fucking hit.
Wait, so you did?
Till the second time when I had to jump and fucking falcon kick this motherfucker.
No way, bro.
Well, look, dude, I kicked this thing in the neck. I stomp on this thing's neck to try to break it because it's already got a neck injury, right?
All right, bro. What the fuck?
All right, look. So I woke up.
The deer's not even that fucked up. It was just laying down for a minute.
The deer is fucked up. It's going. Look, the ass is on the ground. It's going like this back and forth, head in the air.
Oh wow, okay.
So it's floundering. It's flopping back and forth.
You mean. I thought you meant just the head.
Antlers are flying around, so I grab the antlers and it's like going like this, and I can't fucking snap.
Bro, what a scene at 1 a.m.
Bro, I'm and the whole time Hudson's fucking watching.
Of course he's
and
watching.
Like this,
what are you talking about?
I'm wrangling his fucking.
There's
stop
no
it.
way
Please,
anyone
stop.
here is not watching. Anyone who saw that was watching.
I'm like, please stop, please come on, and I fucking stomp, and it wasn't a good stomp because he's moving so much, right? And I'm like, oh man, why did I even do this? It's like, no, I gotta do it now. I'm in. I gotta fucking continue. I can't leave it now. That's the fucking worst thing I do. So I let go of the antler and I fucking took a step back and I just fucking jumped as high as I could and fucking and
this is dark.
It's horrible.
It is surprisingly dark.
It's hard.
But he's trying to relieve it of its pain.
I get,
but in the worst fucking way. You know what I mean?
Maybe put the head under your tire and drive over.
That would have been more humane.
I was gonna say,
but
just
in the
back
fucking
up.
moment, in the moment, I was just trying to do the right thing, and then once I failed the first time, then it's got you're
pot committed.
You're borderline fucking horrible. Well, okay, good. I mean, it was so bad that, like, it fucked me up for a couple of days. Like, I'm not lying. Like, I really was fucked up for a couple of days.
Bro, I can't believe you stomped a deer to death.
Dude, I fucking...
Bro, that's crazy.
All I had to do was flop and put one of them horns in my ribs, and I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm on the side of the road dead with it, and my kids are in the back seat like, what the fuck? Dumb. But, like, you don't think. You're not thinking clearly. I got adrenaline going through. I'm like, Chelsea's going to fucking kill me. The best thing was, I was going so slow that the deer, I mean, it did minimal damage. It was crazy. The horn didn't even puncture the sign. It was just a little dent.
Yeah.
And thank God, because that was the only thing that got me out of the trouble. I'm like, you weren't going fast. I'm like, yeah, I swear to God, I know that street's fucked up. But yeah, man, that was pretty fucked up. You know what I mean? Those necks are thick.
That sounds wild.
Those necks are thick, bro, and it hurt my heel.
Hold on real quick. Imagine like the people who live there the next morning when the sun comes out, they come over and see a deer's head stomped in. They see like footprints.
No, I didn't stomp him.
I know. I'm just saying. Like,
I didn't stomp him.
Imagine just seeing like footprints away from the deer's head.
This deer got jumped.
Yeah. Oh, this deer got hit by a person in Air Force.
Dude, I was sitting there when I got home, bro, and I'm telling you, when I say it fucked me up, like. I don't like pray or talk to God out loud. Like if I do pray sometimes, like I pray in my head, like I talk to myself, like talk to God or whatever, you know what I mean, in my head, because I believe He's all knowing, all seeing. You know, why can't you hear my thoughts? But I got to go to this fucking scam artist church and fucking pray and fuck all that. But I'm sitting there, bro.
If you can hear my thoughts, I'm in trouble.
I don't do that. I don't do this. But I'm sitting there on the couch and I like looked up, man. Like I'm not that kind of Christian at all. Like I look up, I'm like, I didn't mean for it to go down like that. You know what I mean? But like I was so torn up.
God is who we think He is, right?
I gotta talk to Him. You know what I mean?
No, He's gonna know what your heart.
I get it, but like that's how fucked up I was. It got me out of my normality. You know what I mean? Like I got my ways of doing what I do. You know what I mean? But
bro, I would be telling everyone that story.
I've told a few people, but like it's not something I'm proud about.
Yeah, no, I guess if it was me, it does feel crazy to be like.
It hurt really fucking bad. My heel was fucked up for like months, like for real. Like the bottom of my heel. I'm pretty sure I chipped the bone off of my heel.
Damn.
Yeah, it was pretty fucked, man.
Dude, I've never been hunting, but one time I helped my buddy kill 40 meat chickens.
Meat chickens?
Yeah.
The cleaver?
No, we use loppers.
Oh, the lobster. That's all the biggest.
Yeah.
That's like murder. That's cool.
Head through a funnel, though, no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, basically, it was wild because I had put on my Facebook maybe a few years ago, I said, I'm not saying no to any new opportunities this year. And then like 2 weeks later, my buddy Seth hit me up and he's like, hey, I see this thing. He's like, I got all these meat chickens to kill. And they've only raised them for eggs until that point. So it was his first time as well. And he's like, you want to come over here and do it? And I am a firm believer that if you eat meat, I don't like the word should. Let me say me. If I'm willing to eat meat, I should be willing to kill an animal for meat. If not, I'm just passing the buck. I'm just moving that off to someone else. If I go buy from the grocery store and say I would never kill an animal, it's like, are you just making someone else do it for you?
I mean, I hear what you're saying, but isn't all human existence passing the buck?
For sure. There's people born for something.
Yeah,
you could be great at metalwork, be a blacksmith. I would never fucking bend a goddamn tire iron, you know what I mean? But
I get what you're saying.
There's something nice about it. Life wise about it that makes me. There's something I don't know.
Primal.
Yes, I don't want to say spiritual, but something about like, okay, if anything were to come to, I need to know that I'm able to do this is how. I don't know. So I went and did it. And it was pretty dark.
Yeah.
You know, you got to cut through these fucking chickens' heads and they're bleeding everywhere and they're jumping around. Sometimes they're flopping around.
Necessary evil. I don't need to see it. I don't care how to fuck the slaughterhouse. Or if I went to see a slaughterhouse, I'd fucking work at one. I just am ready to eat the cheeseburger, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you've been hunting.
I've been hunting a few times. My dad's a huge hunter. Like, I mean, goddamn,
Did you tell him about that buck you got on the road?
Yo, I called him. I called him, right, because I went with him 3 times, and like dad taking her son's hunting and getting deer and stuff is like a real thing, and I feel like I robbed my dad of that.
Well, you took your son. His first hunt, he'll never forget. I can tell you that.
I just did it like 2 or 3 times, right, and I saw deer when I went, and I had a crossbow and shit like that, but it just wasn't for me. Like I played sports like heavily and at high levels for so long that all my weekends were sports. So the few weekends that I had that weren't sports, I'm not going to the woods from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. You know what I mean? I was, going to see my friends. So it wasn't my thing. My sisters were big hunters. I'm sure really? My dad's never said it. I know damn well my dad's probably like felt ashamed, maybe like or felt like he was missing out. But I called him right, and I was like, Dad, I finally got my first deer, bro. He was like, what are you talking about? I was like, fucking hit one with the car, brother. Broke his fucking neck. He was like, No, you didn't. I was like, Dad, it's not like I did it easy. I had to stomp that thing a few times.
Hey, is he a tree stand hunter?
Yeah.
Oh, he's not a real hunter then. He's a waiter.
Mike's under the impression that you need
Listen,
to like...
if you're going to hunt a deal,
if you're
going to hunt out a deal, the deal doesn't come to you. You know what I mean? When you hunt the word, well, because you can hunt deals, you can hunt deers.
Okay.
You can hunt things. You have to search them out. They don't come to you.
You got to look at it like this.
For the word hunting.
The hunters don't just get up in the tree stand. They fucking plant
they
the
bait
shit
the
around.
land.
They bait the land.
They bait the land.
They've been watching, so they are hunting. Because a
drink
sniper...
piss.
It's like a guy who gets a bucket
What are you
and
gonna
he
say
puts
to
a
a
bunch
Navy
of
SEAL
he puts a
sniper?
bunch of fucking fish in the bucket and then he fishes from the bucket.
That's a valid
Just
point.
like,
What are you going to say to a Navy SEAL sniper sitting here saying, I've been sitting in this fucking building waiting for this guy for 5 days and he finally showed up, I blew his head off. You going to call him a pussy?
He's not calling a hunter, though.
that's not hunting.
Sniper's hunting.
It's not hunting.
Yeah,
You're a hunter.
Yeah.
Nah.
But yeah, that's sniping.
I
That's
mean,
something
actually,
different.
I will. You're right. It is more hunting than it is defense.
How is sniping not hunting?
There's not defense.
You're hunting down the person.
It is in a way. I guess my problem is the fact that like, instead of baiting the land, you know where the land is going to be, where the guy. I don't know. It's weird. It's
Bro,
like
the camera and the baiting stuff gets me all like it gets me feeling type of way. My dad, I grew up around.
But you have to draw a line somewhere.
The camera shit is where I draw a line. I'm
Okay,
like,
you're like, there it is right there.
Yeah. The baiting is
because
okay.
like I said to him, you can argue that back far enough to where you're not killing him unless you do it with a knife, unless you go get him
dude,
and
for
shit,
sure.
you know?
But at the same time, it needs to happen. So
No, sure. Yeah, that's
I
true.
do agree
That's
with you
true.
that there's a point where it's like maybe call it something different.
It's a trapper.
Maybe call it
You're a
harvesting.
trapper at this
You're
point.
harvesting.
You are the trap now,
Yeah.
but it's a trap.
I can
more
get
than
behind
it is
that.
hunting.
I can get
You know
behind
what I
that.
mean? Yeah.
Because like, so I love the deer in my neighborhood, right? Like across the street, like I just hit that deer. I love these deer in the neighborhood. I was feeding them corn, started eating Chelsea's flowers, got her pissed the fuck off. Cause I had to stop doing that. But there's tons of them, right? And like when we first moved in, like I wake up and get a cup of coffee, see like 3 deer in the front yard with the fog. It's fucking beautiful. Now it is out of control. It is. If you're listening, if you're listening and you like to hunt and do poaching and shit, come on down to Sillery Bay.
Funny.
Poach away, dog. Cause I'm telling you, some yards you'll see fucking 12 deer just sitting in the front yard, just waiting to dart out in front of a car. The only thing that's good is they're so used to people that they don't do wild shit, but the deer are getting outrageous now. Oh man, deer are it's so nice. Don't hurt animals. Don't kill animals. Tell the fucking auto body shop that when I gotta drop my truck off and it's gotta be a $5,000 repair, you gonna pay it? Kill the deer. Kill him.
It is tough though. It's like, I mean, not to play hippie boy, but it's like we take all the land and then we're like, this deer is here. It's like, well, I think they were here.
Well, if they could only have like, one baby at a time or 2 babies at a time, yeah, sure, let's have that conversation. But when you're popping motherfuckers out, you got to go.
How do we know God didn't send them to thin our herds? They have kids so goddamn quickly.
Yeah.
And that we cannot control their numbers. I
Yeah.
mean, there's nothing else controlling their numbers.
That's
Why aren't there
valid.
more bears?
Because they're dumb as shit,
Oh,
too.
because we fucking...
you give them
Well,
a bigger brain
and
then,
here-
bro.
And here's the thing too. I feel like you could argue that like everything is technically natural, right? Like when they talk about humans and doing their and what we do, it's like, well, we're part of the natural system. So just because we started elaborating on that and building civilizations and doing all this stuff, it's technically maybe it was supposed to happen because we came out of the natural system. We're all a part of the system. So it's like if we're destroying the forest, that's part of the ecosystem because we're here and we're doing it, just like any invasive species, you know.
Yeah, the problem is there's limits, you know what I mean? When's too much? You know what I mean?
Years ago.
years
years ago.
You ain't lying. Look at Pasadena. Look what we're doing in this place. Buildings on top of buildings on
What's
top of
going on
buildings.
here? Yeah, it's so people who aren't from here and they come here, they're like, this is a weird place because it feels like a small
town,
but
huge
it's not.
town.
Yeah, it's like, well, everything's just going to be a strip mall eventually.
Yeah. It's a very good way to say it. It's cool to hear that because like that's what I feel like.
It is.
And I am from here.
Yeah, even right down the street, it's
People
just
say,
like
like,
there's strip malls
Pasadena's
everywhere.
so
It's all
big.
just strip malls.
Like Pasadena is big, but like
Just a bunch of shops in a row.
It's
and then eventually
fucking-
it's just going to be all Amazon fulfillment centers
That
and
makes
shanty
sense.
towns.
just drones dropping everything off.
How many storefronts can you name right now that are just empty? I can name at least 3, including the Mars and I don't know.
And
3
how many
other
are
fucking
irrelevant
things.
and going to be empty?
That's
you
the
know,
thing.
it's like
how are we adding more when we can't sustain what we have here now?
I can fucking tell you about a gym that's going to be empty fucking soon.
Yeah?
Fucking the Y faggots. I will say faggots for them. Fucking dorks, dude. I'm telling you.
Fucking dork.
These guys. Oh man, they fucked my day up. They ruined my fucking day. I've been going to the Y since I was big vanilla. I went to go to the Planet Fitness thing Big vanilla was always my jam. You know what I mean? It was expensive, convenient. So I just started going back like a month and a half ago because my knee's been like perfectly better. Not perfectly better, but like restrictions have been taken off on physical therapy. So I've been going. The first thing I noticed when I get there is the saunas are all gone, right? They broke and they just refuse to pay them and fix them, right? Machines are broken. I'm paying $130 for a family membership of 5 people, $70 for a person. So I'm like, why not get the family thing, right? They got daycare. That's awesome. They got a pool. That's tight. Daycare's open 4 hours a day.
Oh shit!
So don't worry. We got you got juice bar too. That don't even work. They're not even working on that, right? So I was kind of like feeling it out. Like I'm gonna go back because I need to get. I'm not being bougie. I need to just get back into the healthy thing, right? So it's been a month. I walk in there today, and they're redoing the fucking floors. I was like, yo. I went to the front door. I was like, our front manager. I was like, you guys are redoing the floors, but not the saunas or the machines that we come here to use. You know what I mean? They're like, yeah, no, sorry. So all right, I'm gonna go swim some laps.
Yeah, no, sorry.
So I go to the pool.
Yeah, no, sorry. It's a hilarious sentence.
We go to the pool. Right, there's like 60 to 70 kids in this fucking pool. I mean, and it's like, it's just. Miserable. And it's not like that. Like, it's not like that. You could tell it's like it's a newer thing coming on. Like, what's going on? Something the fuck is wrong. There's nobody in the fucking gym. All the broken machines and the broken saunas are all empty. Everything's cool. Go in the pool, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So it turns out that these motherfuckers decided to become a non-profit gym, right? Non-profit gym means they can start taking on low-income families, right? For free, pretty much. Or a heavily discounted thing, right? So, apparently, I talked to my buddy who got fired from there for not taking a COVID shot, back when COVID was happening, and he was explaining the whole thing, aspect of how it goes. They get money from the government, even though it's nonprofit.
The nonprofit is such a misleading term,
that's what I was explaining to people today. It's a lie.
It's so misleading.
Because you get all this money for repairs, upkeep, and shit because you're losing money for accepting the fucking lower income people in, right? Because they're not charging $130 to them, charging whatever. So they're losing money, so they get government grants. That motherfucking money is not going to that gym. I can promise you. I can promise you, right? So then I'm sitting there like, low income families, I got no problem with them. But like, drop my motherfucking price.
Want to swim.
Drop my fucking price. What the fuck? $130 to come here for? And if it was all the amenities that were usually there, like, do the upkeep and I'll shut my fucking mouth. I don't give a fuck. Load the gym up. I'll come at a better time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But to not fix, it's like a blatant drug launder money fucking scheme. Something's going on there. I don't understand. It's like a third world country walking in that motherfucker. I don't understand.
This seems like xenophobia more than anything.
I mean, like, I hear what he's saying.
No, not with people. Not with people. Third world country is like everything's broken and not.
Got it. I thought you meant those kids.
So many black.
I thought you meant the kids.
No,
bro.
Dude, I'm all for
I'm
everybody.
Like, well, I have to call like I see it. That sounds kind of fucked up on your part.
I'm all for everybody.
Josh goes, they don't even know how to swim.
No, I'm all for helping people out and all that shit, right?
Sure.
But here's the other thing, right? So they got a little kicker in there. So I put it on Snapchat today, and I had more than a few people message me. People have tried to get the low income thing, whether they're starting a business or whatever, whether they have they're going through a hard time with their job, whatever, and they're showing that they don't have no income. No, can't do it. You've been a member here before. What? What's that? You mean I'm white? No, but seriously, it's like, what? I thought we were helping low-income families. You know what I mean? Because I came here in 2015. I when my parents were paying for it.
Always good, yeah.
Yeah, what? Like, I went through a hard time last year. COVID fucked my job up. I'm fucked now? What?
Bro, can you tell the story about you working at the gym that you told me the other day?
I don't know what I tell you.
About working overnights at Planet Fitness?
What about it? I mean, I've worked there for about a year.
You don't recall this at all?
Well, what did I tell you? I'm saying there's a lot of different things that... when did I work? 2009 when they first did the 24 hours on Ordnance Road.
Up on Ordnance Road? I guarantee you I've seen you up there before.
Yeah, I would start, I want to say around 9 or 10, and I would go till 6 in the morning. And it fucked up my relationship with my girlfriend at the time and all my friends and stuff. But
that's
like,
what night shift does.
It was cool, dude. Like, a lot of weird shit. Like, I found crack in there once. I didn't know it was crack. I thought it was cocaine.
Pre-workout, bro.
Huh? Yeah, sure. I think we just threw that away. Someone else took that. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I had sex with my girlfriend in one of the back rooms there because like Was that the story? Did I tell you about that?
No.
No? Okay. Well, what the fuck did I tell you? I would steal from the
I love that he doesn't know. He's just going to
steal from the water, the water things, dude.
No, Pizza Mondays.
I would drink so many of their energy drinks.
It was about a guy.
Oh!
You don't have to say who. Obviously, don't say who.
So there's this guy who was coming in at night, and like he was this weird bald guy who like had a wonky eye, like so he's like kind of like bulldog eyes. You look. So anyway, I don't know. He would just talk to me when he came in. He would say some words when he walked out. One day he comes up to me and he's like, "Hey man." I don't remember exactly how he started the conversation, but basically he was like, yeah, so basically I go into these public bathrooms and I make sure no one's around and I'll prop my phone up on top of a urinal and, you know, I'll just like masturbate.
Are you talking about Steve?
No. His name wasn't that, but I did learn his name later, and it turns out that he was a very prominent member of like the Northeast cheerleading coaching community.
He's not jerking off in a girl's bathroom.
He was in the men's room, I think.
I don't even know
if he was in my room. He was just.
If a motherfucker's doing that, he might be in a girl's locker room. You know what I mean?
Listen. Can we all agree he was trying to fuck Mike?
He was probably trying to fuck Mike.
Definitely.
Can we all agree?
I did
just
not
in case you
that.
want to look at the cameras you got hidden in that bathroom.
I'm just saying.
I'll be jerking off at 11:30.
You just listen. Let's just say you're doing that. You don't bring it up,
right?
To
like
the overnight guy, like he's just like
any weird fetish thing you have. Like I do whatever, and then you're just gonna
go
and be like
putting out a feeler.
What's up?
Exactly.
But
he was seeing like, oh, you jerk off in the men's bathroom with everybody here. Oh, that's kind of.
Let me see your reaction.
That he works with children, like I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. That dude's definitely doing it in the fucking locker room too. Fuck that weirdo.
And he was for like the last 8 to 10 years.
Now, you need to drop that motherfucker's name. Who was it? So you ain't coaching my daughter.
I really feel like I should say his name, but at the same time, it's like
well, no, not for just masturbating, right? If we knew for sure he was a child molester, we would easily blast his name.
It was more for the ease of him telling a stranger.
No, agree, but we can't blast him for that.
Right.
If it was something,
we have our suspicions, but we don't have our facts.
Exactly. We need paperwork.
I'm about 85% there.
He told me he was not circumcised. I remember I got that.
That guy's all fucking molester, bro.
Why I had to get that?
95% now.
Mike, it sounds like you were trying to pull stuff out of it.
Yeah, what the fuck were you saying back to him to get all this out?
Exactly. Look, the guy goes, I set up my camera and jerk off. Mike's like,
how'd you dick?
Cut or uncut?
Fuck me for having a decent memory for stupid shit that I shouldn't. I don't know.
I'd have made that guy.
Not at fault.
I don't know. I probably would have let him dig a little deeper. But like, if this guy, this is like a present, bro. You know what I mean? Like, this is God's gonna give me this weirdo coming up to me and light my night. All right, let me. So you jerk off in the bathroom?
I don't think I.
What if somebody comes in? What do you do? I think I would have fucking put him on the podcast, baby. Bring him in.
I don't know how I would have responded. Like, as a person now, I'd just be like, I feel like I would let you talk as me, and then just like when you're done, then just be like, all right then.
I would either laugh. I would either uncomfortably laugh or genuinely laugh.
I'm sure I uncomfortably laugh.
Yeah, or just be like, it would have to read on my face that what he was doing was out there.
If it was people around, I'd do what you're talking about.
Well, it's overnight.
Yeah, so if it's just
that's why
if
he knows.
it's just
he wouldn't have done that during the day.
If it's just me and him and I'm bored and shit, blah blah blah. I like letting people dig holes. I also like learning about people, no matter how weird you are.
Sure.
Doesn't mean I'm like interested,
right?
But I would be like, I like this. Like I would be like, you know, like I said, like
I feel uncomfortable if someone's hitting on me and I'm not into it. Like if he was hitting on me, I would feel uncomfortable.
Fair.
See, it's a difference. Like that's weird hitting on. You know what I mean? Like
I didn't feel like I was being hit.
See,
on
that's
in
the thing.
moment.
So if it was just like a statement, like thing, like my mind maybe not have gone to like this guy wants to fuck me.
But that isn't a casual combo.
Not at all. Because you think about it later and you're like, why would he say that? Is he saying I'm going to use your bathroom or that I have used your bathroom?
I think it's just a feeling.
Why would you say it
gauge your reaction
at all?
That's the only reason.
In my head, there's no reality where I'm fucking this dude. So in my head, I'm totally comfortable with letting this dude speak. Like, go ahead. What, weirdo? You know what I mean? What?
And I'm probably bored. It's overnight, so like there's no one else around.
Why not? I'm letting him.
Like,
yeah, there's nothing.
Bro, this is way better than my Facebook timeline. You know what I'm saying? Come on. What are you doing, you fucking weirdo?
Still been
I'm not going to be super like,
MySpace,
that's cool. I might even tell him he's weird. Why not? That'd be a cooler reaction. He's like, this guy's... Okay, he's interested in me jerking off, and then you hit him with a fucking, what are you doing, you weirdo? He'd be fucking thrown through a loop, and I would be so satisfied. I'd get my laugh for the night. You know what I mean? I don't give a shit, but there's people around, I'd be like, yo, shut the fuck up. Get away from me. The fuck?
I love that it's based on who's around.
For sure. Appearance is everything. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't care how people think about me, but I care about how people think about me. Appearances and perception.
Both, yeah.
Truth doesn't mean shit. Perception is everything.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's true, especially with kids, bro. Listen, you gotta watch it. I don't give a fuck. You can't sit there and act like, I do whatever I want, say whatever I want. Yeah. Be a wolf in sheep's clothing. There's times to be whoever you want. There's times to fit the fuck in with society. You ain't getting nowhere in life going against the grain every time. I don't care who you are. What are you gonna do? Rebel till you die, right? Have fun dying poor and fucking alone. You know what I mean? You gotta take some shit, but it's okay to be a wolf in sheep's clothing. Sometimes you gotta let it go.
You said rebel, it reminded me of a quote. I haven't given a quote on here in a while. I just heard a quote recently that was, when faced with a demand, people have two options, submission or rebellion. Which is why you try to request things rather than demand, you know?
That's good because Chelsea be telling me shit all the time that I was going to do and I just won't fucking do it.
Dude, I think I have ODD. It's like oppositional defiant disorder.
I got it.
Immediately, I got it.
Got that.
I mean, I was never diagnosed, but there's something in my core when someone tells me to do something that just, it's not even here. It's not even in my frontal cortex. It's just like it's in my soul. Like, even if it's something I want to do, I'm just like, don't tell me what to do.
I remember this one time I dated this girl, and she was like, she just had me pegged. She was like, I know damn well.
How was that?
I knew it, dude. I fucking set it up.
You can't be like, I had this girl, she had me pegged.
No, but it was when I was a younger man. Like, of course, when like I'm literally way more like how we're just talking about, like, you know, defiance, like way at the peak of it. When you're like a teenager, like, no, I'm not, clean your room. Even if I got clothes in my hand, I'm like, fuck these fucking clothes. You know what I mean? But like, she hit me in the head. She goes, I'm not telling you to do whatever the fuck you do, because I know as soon as I tell you you're gonna do the exact opposite, even if you don't want to do it. And I was like, I think that fucking changed me, because I was so defiant that she had it so figured out that I'm like, I have to fucking change. She's got it down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, your point in being defiant is to throw people through the loop and to not do the thing. So when someone's like, yeah, you're going to not do the thing, you're like, holy
that was
fuck.
A mind fuck. I'm like, touche, but no, I'm not like that. And I'm fucking, okay, what do you need me to do?
Yeah. That's like, it's like if someone's like, you're so defiant, and then you go, no, I'm not. It's like, well, you kind of proven the point. Him. Yeah.
That's fucking funny.
What's up with your dogs, bro? They're trying to kill your family or what?
Nah, man, like, man, it's
been a saga. I know. I've seen, you know.
So, the dogs are
awesome.
It's
like a very real topic. I'm just curious.
The dogs are awesome. I love the dogs to death. Like, I didn't want them at all. I knew what was coming. You know what I mean? Like, people don't understand. I'm doing day shift one week, night shift another week, day shift, blah, blah, blah. Chelsea's traveling the world.
It's really good for your mental health.
Yeah, for sure. Chelsea's traveling the world. We have crazy schedules, right? We're good. We train the dogs and everything, but like, to have 3 dogs, training a dog is consistent. It's got to be on a time schedule. It's a lot to it. And I watched my parents do it, so I got to sit through it. I wasn't one of those kids that just had a good dog and didn't know why. You know what I mean? My mom made it sure that I knew. Take them on walks every night. I can't put that into these dogs. I can't with 3 kids. You know what I mean? My mother had 2 kids. You know what I mean? And I was old enough, you know what I mean? Blah, blah. But, so these dogs are just, not to mention, we didn't get average pet dogs. I mean, we get a golden retriever, get a poodle, blah, blah.
Yeah,
everybody's like, oh, that guy's, those dogs are fucking cool. These Malamutes and Huskies and shit like that, they're like, what, like 2 times, 3 times harder to fucking train with the energetic fucking attitudes that they got. They're not pet dogs. They're the closest to wolves you can get. They're fucking mountain dogs. They're not normal dogs. And when they don't get their way, they're devious. And not just devious like they just do shit in the blatant open. Like, they're smart as fuck. Tess will go and sit next to something, right, that she wants. She'll sit near it, like 3 or 4 feet away from it, and just watch it. And she'll watch us on the couch. As soon as we look away, she'll change the position. A little closer to that thing and have her arms by it. She'll fucking scoot it to her and lay on it for a minute.
Dude,
as soon as you're not looking, boom.
That's wild.
If I go and lay on the ground and put my head down like this and act like I'm dead, they will both come over to me. One, like, I love them to death. Like, I knew I didn't want them because I was going to love them so much. They'll come over and they'll take their nose and they'll nudge me left or right. Both of them. And then if I don't do nothing, she'll it'll take a couple times, and once she gets my shirt, she'll pull my arm up by my shirt with her teeth to make sure to see my arm, and I'll play dead. Like then she'll put her fucking nose and shit under here and lift my head up so the other one can see my face. It's truly magnificent. I love the dogs to death. But they're also pretty primal and territorial. Like
it's not even a but, it's an and.
And they're
an and.
And they're
I love the dogs, and they are this way.
They're not.
It's not a but.
They're also checking if they could eat you.
Yeah, which they will do along the timeline.
They're not that way.
Don't feed them.
Cats will do it first, though. I'm pretty
sure.
I think.
Agreed. That's what they say.
Yeah.
Pass that liquor on over here, boy, please. They're not territorial in any other way other than like if you take some food away from them that they stole from you. And they'll take it to the crate, and this is the three times it's happened now with Harley to where she's tried to get the food back and like she'll show her teeth at her like
Harley's your daughter.
Yeah, she's like but the last time she fucking like didn't bite, but she put her teeth like on her forearm, didn't pull down. She's smart. She knows. She was letting her know.
She was letting y'all know, yeah.
For sure. And I understand her, and I understand what's going on. Yeah. She wanted to kill Harley. She could in an instant. Yeah. And she showed us
Hold on real quick. Let's just let that sit for a second. If that dog wanted to kill the daughter,
yeah,
it could in an instant. I just feel like that needs to be said because the people commenting online, that's what I'm saying.
People are not realists. They're not real animals.
I know. But listen, those dogs aren't pugs.
They're not fucking poodles or nothing like that. This dog will rip my daughter's throat out
like
in an instant.
You love them. It's not about whether you love them or don't love them. We're talking objectively about the power of these dogs.
And if anybody saw my status and saw that I said I was going to send them to a shelter, I'm not going to do that. It'll be a rescue.
I'm going to take them out into the road and stomp their heads in like I did the deer. Obviously.
I'm a
humane person, so obviously I'm going to take them out.
No, but like. That happened. The third time happened like I don't want to say like a month and a half ago, or whatever, right? And it's done it to Chelsea too. Chelsea was so fucking wigged out one time that she pulled a knife out and stood next to the cage because she didn't know. Because the dog, it snapped at Chelsea when she reached in the cage, and the drawer's right there. She didn't know if the dog's gonna run out of the cage at her. You know what I mean?
Bro, that's scary to be in a house with that. To grab a weapon. She said, no matter who the fuck or what the fuck it is, if you're having to grab a weapon,
yeah, but like they're not like ground. Like Chelsea was definitely paranoid, right? But being safe, it's okay to be paranoid. It's okay to overreact. She wasn't sitting there like threatening the dog. She just had a knife. Because she's not sure.
And women don't normally overreact, so it's fine. We'll let them have it. We'll let them have this one.
It's an animal. Like, it's not like you don't know what's going to happen. The dog didn't leave. It didn't bark and growl at her. Yeah. It just showed her teeth. Chelsea went away and got the knife for protection. Not like she had to, but she had to. You know what I mean? She stayed in the crate, and she's all lovable after that. She just was letting Chelsea know, back the fuck up.
And Chelsea was letting her know, bitch, I got a knife.
So, I'm sitting there, and I'm telling Chelsea was the first time. And the second time. And I'm like, I'm not getting rid of them.
You don't care that much about Chelsea. Yeah. But the kids.
The kids is like, the third time it happened to Harley, like, because the first couple times it was just showing teeth. And I understand dogs, and I understand kids, and I understand, you know.
They don't have words.
They don't have words. Showing your teeth is one thing. She's a very smart dog. Mm-hmm. They're very smart animals. If she wants to fuck you up, she will. Mm-hmm. I've seen her. She fucking put her teeth on Harley's arm, and that's when I was like, I started getting numbers for the rescues and asking people on Facebook like if they wanted, you know,
you called the police, come put this dog down.
Yeah. So I'm sitting there thinking when I cool down and everything, I'm like, man, I got this thing. Like I don't want to, like even with when I'm younger with a relationship with Chelsea or anything like that, I'm like, can I look back in the future and say I did everything I could before I give up on this?
Yeah, you know it's a tough situation.
So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll get a personal trainer when I get back to work and money starts coming in more, right? I mean, I got a personal trainer number from my grandparents who got one, and it's good. It set their dog up good. Like, just assessing my options before I go and fucking get right. Because I love these dogs. And there's no chance I'm letting them split up. Their last two dogs are litter, brother and sister. I would never let them split up. I would take them and fucking, I don't know, just hold them outside. I'd have them outside dogs before I split them dogs up. I'm not going to do that. I love them too much. But the other day, I have a glass like this size with no handle, just a glass wine glass sitting on here with a full Pepsi and ice. Walk outside, take the trash out, come back and it's gone. I'm like, there's no spill. The dogs didn't do it. Where the fuck is this glass at? Go to the crate. It's all poured out in the crate and ice cubes. She somehow took the whole glass cup, thin glass, not a thick glass, thin glass, took it all the way to the fucking crate, poured it out. I reach in there, I get the cup and I put it up. I'm like, did you do this?
When and Josh leaves, has an opposable phone that pops out and grabs.
She fucking went at me, right? Snapped at me. So I fucking forearmed her head.
Pepsi is pretty good, to be fair.
I forearmed her head away, and she came at me again. And Corbin's downstairs. He's like, "What the fuck's going on there?" Runs up because it's fucking like, wow. I was like, we just had a fist fight in the cage, bro.
Yeah.
So
that's something that lives with you. That's like something in your own.
Yes. So the very next day, and this is the Facebook status day, I like walk outside and I think I'm doing some yard work or whatever for like an hour. I come back in and like they were just outside with me. I let them in like halfway through the yard work, so half hour they're inside by themselves. It's fucking destroyed. I mean, they went and pissed all over the place. They were just pissing and shit outside. They're doing it because they're not getting attention. They're devious.
Well, that's what you're saying. You know they know when to piss and where to piss, and they're still choosing to do it out of spite.
And they chewed up a bunch of shit. They fucked the house up.
They're girl dogs?
It's guy and a girl, brother and sister. Not Scooby. Scooby don't really do too much. He does a little bit, but he does the normal dog things that I can live with. Scooby's awesome. But they're making me like, they do it so much that where I feel I'm not being a good parent to them. I'm not being a good owner for them.
Bro, here's the thing that's about pets. I'm extreme, as we all know, right? I'm a cunt. I'm extreme. I don't know from experience, yada, yada, yada. My thing is, I don't feel like any average American middle-class person can give a dog pet the life it deserves.
You're not. Not today.
I just don't feel that.
Not today. If you got 1 hour overtime, it's too much.
I just don't feel it. It's like, I don't know.
I actually told Chelsea that when we first got
dogs. I also feel like if the dog runs away and doesn't come back, that's not your dog.
Right?
If you open the door and the dog dips and runs, don't chase it. So, that's not your dog. That's a fucking slave who has Stockholm syndrome.
I got a funny story about that.
I know it's extreme.
You don't even have Stockholm syndrome because that's when they like you.
Doesn't, but the other ones who love you do because you feed them. But it's like they don't want to be. Some of them don't want to be there.
I got a funny
If they
story.
do, they do. And I love pets. And but at the same time, there's in my head there's a weird relationship with the fact that like a lot of us are getting pets and then spending the majority of our days without them.
Selfish.
Yeah,
we get these dogs and we get these pets
and then
keep in our crate to fucking while we're at work for 12 hours.
Yeah.
And we come home and they're so excited to see
you.
So happy
to see me.
But you're so drained. You're like,
but
get the fuck away from me.
But they're so happy to see me.
Exactly.
Selfish, like you
and
said.
you fucking and you're like tired. Like, get the fuck away from me. And then that poor dog has to go away while you get the 4 hours with them for you to bed. Now one's gone. Then the one's for eating go outside. And they got 2 hours of the dog.
Or you got
So I said that to Chelsea. I said when we had the first 2 dogs, I'm like, we're gonna fucking ruin these dogs' lives. And she's like, why would you say something like that? I was like, because like we are. I was like, we have no business having these dogs. You know what I mean? Like I know I want the dogs, kids want the dogs and everything, but
reality is
and if we're not doing that, we're vacationing or sports.
Yeah.
If I got a Saturday, don't even count me being at the house.
Yeah.
You can count me and Chelsea being out at 8 a.m. and not coming back till 5 p.m.
That's what I'm saying. You just unless you want to dedicate your life to and then you meet the single girl who has lived with the dog, right? And the dog sleeps with her every night. And then you have sex with the girl, and the dog's mad because you're like fucking the girl on the dog's bed as well as her bed, and it's just like awkward,
Letting it lick up your balls and shit.
Yeah, well, it's just awkward. You're like, okay, this dog might not be able to say what's going on, but like, if that dog sleeps there every night, and then it's just fucking weird.
I just know it's cost us probably thousands of dollars having these dogs, but all the shit they destroyed. Shoes they chewed up, cushions they chewed up, shit they pissed on.
And for them to not have the best life.
Exactly.
That's the thing. You're working, you're busy, you have kids. Yeah.
Bro, it's like if you don't get it, like you don't get it. But like
and the people were like, people were commenting, train the dogs, do this, and it's like, well look, no matter how trained they are,
they're trained.
Well, it's a time. You don't have time to be there.
Dude.
Exactly. You don't have time or attention. You have multiple children, you have things going on, you have a human life to live.
And
I'm not anti-pet. I just genuinely feel like in general, pets are not living their best lives because humans have to work.
I know one time we rescued this cat at the townhouse, right?
If you're homeless, get a pet.
When Kobe Bryant died, we named his cat Kobe, right? It was like the same week. Got this cat from the rescue, saved it, had one testicle at the time, which Holden was having one testicle, so it was like kind of like Chelsea brought this cat home. She's like, it was fate. You know what I mean? Blah, blah, something. All right, cool, right? Cool. So it was a rescue cat. Check this out. This cat would escape our house in the town. Our kids loved him. Kids loved them. It would escape the townhouse all the time. Every fucking night. Every night I'd be out there trying to chase this cat down. It'd come back, right? It wouldn't come back, but I had to get him, right? But it would let me get close enough. It liked me because I was feeding him. I had to make sure. So when it started going away, I had to make sure I was like doing the feeding. I had to make sure I was doing it because I'm going to get him. When he knows I'm feeding him, he might come back a little easier, right? I am not this kind of person, but I was this kind of person. I went and got this cat leash, right? Not to do it for my own pleasure, but because obviously this cat belonged to the streets. Maybe it didn't want to be rescued, right? But, all right, you want to keep running away, motherfucker? I'm going to let you get a dose of the streets. So every night, I would take them for like a week, right? I'd take them out. They didn't want to be walked in. At least this motherfucking cat was a thug, bro. This cat wanted to be a cat. So that was short-lived, right? So this is right around the time we move into Surrey Bay, right? Cats fucking escape artists bouncing out of Surrey Bay, right? And there's all kinds of cats right now, motherfucker. Deer, cats, all kinds of shit, right? So one night I'm sitting there, bro, and I have this conversation with this cat. I was like, I know my daughter loves you. I know my son loves you. I was like, I know you love them streets. I was like, I know you love them streets. I was like, all right, so I'm going to go out there. I'm going to open this garage door. And if you want to go on.
Wow.
And I went and popped that button, right? This is the coolest part. The cat still lives there in the woods. See him from time to time. Big, fat, doing all right. But for that next 2-3 months, dude, at least 20, maybe 15 times, I would come home and there'd be a dead bird, a dead snake, or something sitting on the He was dropping me presents. He was giving me
really wholesome.
He was giving me presents for letting him go.
You gave me freedom.
Bro, I didn't tell Chelsea nothing. I said he escaped for a while, and finally, I was like, I did it. I did it. Because that makes my heart so warm. Like,
yes, well, and to my point, that's exactly it. Like I said, if they run away, they're not really yours. It's like if you open the door and that thing's going, maybe they're too dumb to know to come back. Whatever it is.
Yo, my man Kobe lived right up the street, holding the block down. Lived right up the street. I see him from time to time on the golf cart. I'm fucking.
You just wrote up the emancipation and you signed it for him. I mean, he ran.
Yeah,
it was up to him.
We saved him. We saved his life. He got euthanized, right? Now go back on them streets. Like, get caught again. You won't, because you already got caught once. You smart. You're a cat. Fuck it. Egyptians feared them motherfuckers, bro. They're smart.
Presence is so
feared and worshipped. It was strange.
Dude, what don't you? I mean, yeah. Dude, think about fear. Terrifier 3, did you see it?
What is it?
Terrifier 3. Are you familiar with the Terrifier series?
No, I haven't seen any of them. Are they good?
About it.
I noticed you like my VHS thing. So
no, I love horror shit. Yeah. Right?
So Terrifier 1, low budget. Let's see if we could do the goriest kills we could do, right? It's just a refresher. The gore is abundance, but it's not good, effects. But it's still like, holy shit, bro. Like, he saw this girl in half with a hacksaw, bro. What are you doing?
All right, I'll watch.
You should. So Terrifier 2 got a little bit more money. He's still independent. Terrifier 3, he was independent, but he had a way big budget. But it's all independent, not Hollywood, not none of them people, right?
Huh.
This one, I watched it, and I'm a fucked up individual. This fucking movie. There's so many kids that fucking get brutally murdered in this fucking show. Like, I'm like, a Serbian film was like one of the worst. A Serbian film was like one of the worst movies. Not with the content, but the storyline. Like, you saw the Serbian film back in the day?
Mm-mm.
A Serbian film that was like the band movie that everybody would look up on the internet. Like, it was banned in America. It was rated the worst film ever. That and like Cannibal Holocaust or whatever. I saw all those movies. But they're like, the content is like, yeah, content's bad, but the storyline, the ending of that movie is just like, I feel like a worse person just for watching it. Not from the actions, but the storyline.
That's good art, man. I still see stuff to this day where people will watch something and be like, I didn't like that. It's like, that was good art.
Yeah.
It's not that you disliked it. It made you feel, it's emotion evoking.
Yeah,
it makes you feel
That's what that was about, a Serbian film, right?
It makes you feel a way.
But this motherfucking movie, I'm telling you,
Terrifier 3?
Terrifier 3, dog.
Okay.
Shit, the way you describe it, I might skip the first two just to see these.
You don't need nothing.
Have to do a lot.
You don't need nothing. Like, okay, the first one is totally unrelated. Second one, the girl and the boy are in the third one. They survived the massacre. There's no correlation. It's all it is. If you want to see the kill, you can watch 2 and 1 and just skip through it and to the kills. You know what I mean? And the guy who plays Art the Clown is just his facial expressions.
Did you watch the Menendez brothers?
I don't give a fuck about none of that. I give a fuck about it, but I don't give a fuck about the story being told. Not from them.
So they had the reenactment series, and they also have a doc.
Are they in the doc?
Their voices are. They speak in it.
So I heard. So what I take from it, from what I've gathered.
I didn't watch. Let me just start with. I did not watch the reenactment. I'm more of a doc guy, so I watched the doc.
Yeah, dude, because they're making them look like
they can make them look whatever they want.
Yes, dude. Listen, bro.
There's real court footage in the doc. If you haven't seen the doc, check it out. I heard they're both good. I heard the reenactment's good.
I heard it's fire, but I'm not gonna watch it. I go fuck.
Yeah.
I from what I've read, and it may not be true, or whatever, but they were getting raped and fucking abused by their father and fucking treated like shit, and they killed their parents and got all this money and were loving. People are like, oh, they love the money. Of course they love the money. I don't care how you get the money, you're gonna love the money. Not only did you get the money, you stopped getting butt fucked every day. What a treat, bro. That guy was on cloud 9. Those brothers, you know what? I hope they make more money off Netflix and they kill their fucking next set of parents. I hope they fucking do it. Good for them.
So yeah, basically, you know about it, right?
A little bit, and it's like once you hear that, like if the dad thing's all true, then it's just like,
well,
good for them. He got fucked for 9, 10 years, 15 years, and you got to live big for 15 years. Look,
you said a very important word there. If.
Yeah. Well.
Right? So you said a very important word there. Well, I'm just saying the crux of the case is that if. That's the crux of the case. Now, did they kill their parents? Yes. It's not a whodunit. It's not a who did this crime.
For them both to be in it, I lean more on they were getting heavily abused for them to both.
Here's the thing, though. Everyone has this A or B thinking.
For sure.
Right? This dichotomy.
That's why I don't get involved in it. I just don't know.
And my whole thing is like, after watching their actual testimonies on the stand, I believe they were horrifically molested by their father, who was this extremely powerful patriarch in the family and outside of the family in the business. Parents? Shotgun to the head.
Oh, they had to be getting fucked.
Yeah, but listen. Okay, so like I was about to say, yes, they were severely abused. Yes, they also didn't need to shoot their parents in the head with the shotgun.
I don't know about that.
That's just
what year did they do it?
It's been many years now. I don't know.
Dude, 90s, 80s?
Yeah, probably 90s, I think.
You grow up and like the people who are supposed to love you the most, take care of you, protect you, shelter you, all that shit. Even if your dad was fucking you and your mom was like denying it, like
that's what the case was. The mom didn't help.
I get it.
You gotta die.
I get it. Hold on.
Who's gonna believe you?
Time out though. Time out. I get it. I'm not saying I don't get it.
We know you get it.
I'm not saying.
We're not saying I know that. You're saying
and honestly,
justify it. But in today's society, that's why I asked what year it was. Today's it don't. There's so many numbers you can call to get a fucking SWAT team to roll in on you right now.
Well, people are also like, 90s, why don't they just move out? It's like, well, they felt like their dad's the psychological abuse.
Their world is fucking them every night, and the mom is like, what?
That's the thing. I think the mom is more to blame, honestly. Like, the dad might have had a brain thing, right?
The mom wasn't coming from it.
But the mom was, like, denying.
Or was she?
The mom was probably denying that it was happening and or allowing it to happen. And she probably had, like, nothing. Like, listen, if you're fucking your kids.
More to blame,
if you're fucking your kids, there's probably something deeply wrong with your brain in some form or fashion,
Good guess.
Right? A mother doesn't have to be fucked up to deny something like that. You know what I mean? Like, she could literally just be a regular fucking person. Nothing's wrong with her. It's just like I just can't accept that. Like any mother's son. Like,
I don't know that she's more to blame than the guy fucking.
I'm not saying she's more to blame. I'm saying in a weird way, she like, yeah, dude. There's like he's probably got a fucking brain problem.
If my wife was molesting my kids,
she must as well.
What's her excuse?
There's no chance in hell.
Has to.
No chance in hell that I'd be like, nah, I don't see it. You know what I mean? But back in the day, in the 90s, you said he was higher patriarch, higher breadwinner.
Very successful businessman. You're a woman.
So you've already established.
We didn't let women vote or drive for so many years.
That's why my timeline. That's why I asked my timeline, because the power aspect of it is.
Yeah, it's very serious.
What are you really gonna do? What are you gonna do? You gonna tell me I'll fucking kill you?
Exactly. That's what he used to say.
Really?
Let anyone find out, you're all literally dead. According to them.
He should have put the gun in his mouth when he fucking shot him. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, they blew both their brains out with the shotgun. And then started buying Rolexes. The money made him look bad. Because they just
it don't.
It does.
No, what? They makes them look smart because of how many people have been molested and didn't get a bunch of money. Look, Dad, you fucked me for years.
Just throw me a 20 spot or something, bro.
Yo, Cash App, doesn't time.
Let me start the Cash App. Put the Cash App on screen here, okay, Mike? The Molested Fund Cash App. My birthday's coming up.
Look, dude.
Send me $1 or subscribe. Matter of fact, just subscribe. Don't send me nothing.
See, I didn't watch it because of exactly how we're talking about it. I don't know nothing. I know pre-assembled things, but if what's on the surface of what I've taken from it, they should have gotten more money. Fuck them.
Yeah, I get
Fuck
it.
their parents.
Do you think they should also be held responsible for the murder?
For sure.
Okay, right. That's where I'm at.
For sure. I think you should go to jail. I'm glad you lived it up as long as you could.
Well, that's the argument, by the way. It's don't sentence them to life.
Go to jail.
That's their argument. Give them 20 years.
Let me tell you an awesome story that stuck with me my whole life. My grandfather has all... people have grandfathers with great stories. This story, he's told me many stories that have stuck with me. This is the best story I've ever heard in my life. And he tells a story. He grew up in Baltimore.
He sets the bar so high.
He grew up in Baltimore, and he was coming home from school or some shit like that. I don't know how old he was. He was like teenager or whatever, younger teenager. And these three guys were fucking with him. This guy around the neighborhood was, giving him shit, and they beat him up, right? They all beat him up. They all did it together, right? So my grandfather tells a story. He runs home, and he's like, I got a baseball bat in my room. I'm coming the fuck back out, and I'm swinging. So he goes and runs in the house, gets a baseball bat, runs down the steps with the bat. And his dad goes, where are you going? He's like, this guy's out here just jumped me, beat me up. He's like, I'm going to go take care of him. Says dad took the bat from him and said, if you're going to go out there, you can go out there like a man, and you're going to single that man out, and you're going to fight him. If they all beat you up, you stood up to that man and you lost, but you stood up and did it. But you're going to go out there without no bat because you're a man, you're going to handle it. So he goes out there.
He gets beat the fuck up again.
No. You know how it goes. You know how it goes when it's jumping and you call somebody out. When you show some heart, it ain't no more jumping. It's one-on-one. So he beat the guy up, right? So he said he did it in front of the barbershop. He goes, people all over looking out the window and seen it and everything. And he felt like he was on the moon, bro. Yeah, 10 feet tall. He said he didn't even run home. He floated home to tell his dad, right? So he gets home and he fucking got a smile ear to ear. His dad just told him, go handle your business. Looks at his dad and goes, I did it, Dad, I did it. I beat him up. I got him. He's like, good, man, I'm proud of you. Now go to your room to punish. He's like, what? He's like, there's consequences out here. He's like, you handle your business, but there's consequences for it, so now you're punished. Fair. I was like, ooh, boy. Yeah. Come on. That's what I'm talking about. There's a world where they both can exist.
It's not one of the other.
There's consequences, and they're like, oh, look, you'll never get in trouble if you get suspended for defending yourself.
And there's righteousness. There's a reason to do something, right? And there's also the consequences that carries.
I just had a conversation with my little sister got in a fight at high school, right? Or middle school. This girl was like pushing this video for like 4 minutes of it. Pushing her.
God damn, 4 minutes.
No, for like 2.5 minutes, she's like following her and her trying to pull her hair. My sister's trying to walk away from her. She ain't a bitch or whatever, but she's not trying to fight in school.
You gotta get your sister a ghost gun. Serial number. No, bro, fuck that. Pushing for 2.5 minutes.
But it's not. She's walking away.
No, I get it. It's targeted.
She turned the girl, pulls her hair, they start fighting, blah, 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 getting into it, right? So I have to talk with Hudson. And I have that same thing with my grandfather. I was like, my dad told me, he said, little boy, he's like, if you're fighting somebody, why are you fighting? I was like, to hurt him. He's like, well, you ain't gonna hurt nobody in school. He's like, you're gonna get a punch or two in. School's all for reputation. There's times to fight in school, there's times to not. So you wanna hurt somebody, you fight them outside school. But just let me know. I'll just let you know when you come home, there's gonna be consequences, right? And he goes, but I'm gonna tell you right now, you fight in school. He goes, and I gotta take off work to come in when you suspend it. He goes, not only am I gonna be pissed, I'm gonna be furious that you're a fucking idiot and you did this for 1 or 2 punches. He's like, the option's there, bro. I'm gonna give you every outline and I'm gonna let you know the finish line. You make the decision.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna sit here and tell my guy, like, if you're defending yourself, you'll never get in trouble. You'll never get in trouble when you come home and you get a fight. Look, bud, punch him in his fucking mouth and knock him out. But when you come home, we're going to have a conversation too. Because why the fuck are you in this situation?
Yeah.
Very rarely does somebody just come up and we're just fighting for nothing.
Yeah.
There's something that built up to it. I want you to defend yourself. It will change accordingly, the punishment to how it is, but there will be a consequence. And you know why? Because when you get out this motherfucking house, the police don't punish you. They fucking arrest you. They take you down. There's no, oh, well, yeah, you're right. You're good. That guy was an asshole.
Yeah.
You're going to jail. So you need to fucking understand that at the house. Before you act, there's a consequence. And I thought when...
I got taken to jail for fighting in school.
I know that story of when you told me that. That was a cool... See, that's one of those... So that's one of those things my dad talks about. That's one of the reputation things. You had to set a tone. Sometimes you got to punch him.
I wasn't trying to set a tone, though.
Well, you did.
I was trying to hit somebody,
Well, I think after the 3rd or 4th class you went into, looking for the guy,
that
set the tone.
Yeah.
I'm looking. Where is he? That's gangster.
Well, no, it was stupid as fuck.
Oh, it's dumb.
It was so dumb, and what they said too was like, if you would have just fought this guy in the hallway after
premeditated.
Class, you guys both would have been suspended. You like
first degree
hunted him
assault.
down. Yeah.
But that sent the message. I think my kid would get less punished if he came in and told me that than if he told me,
no.
Well, in the hallway we just fought.
No,
I'm just kidding.
I was about to say it's way worse than I did. It was terrible.
He wanted the smoke.
It was terrible.
But it was also over a girl, right?
Always over a girl.
Dumb. See, that's a different thing, right? That's
anytime you're fighting in high school, it's dumb, basically.
Yeah, like
anytime you're fighting, it's probably dumb.
Like my dad said, man, what are you doing in high school other than just making a mark on your reputation? Fight him outside school.
Dude, the last time I physically hurt someone, they robbed me. They came into the place I was living at, who I wasn't even living alone. This person robbed me and did me wrong, right? I ended up getting in a physical altercation with this person, and it made me sick in my head. Look, so I'm not a fighter, right? I'm not someone who wants to fight. I'm scared of it. I don't like it. I don't want to do it. I felt this weird sense of righteousness because this person robbed me, and I tried to help them, right? I let them in my home to try to help them out. They were in a rough spot, whatever. They stayed here for a little while. When our time ended, they left, and they came back and ended up robbing me. I saw them a long time after. We ended up getting into a physical altercation. Afterwards, I felt bad about it. Not that the person didn't deserve it, right? I don't even like the word deserve because it implies that I know what people deserve. Like, my whole thing was like, did this person need to get punched in the mouth?
Yep.
Probably. But that doesn't mean it has to be me to do it. Like, my whole thing was before I did it, no one on this earth I had a problem with, like, that wanted to hurt me anywhere I went. Now that we've had this...
You felt violated.
I was
violated. You felt taken advantage of.
And that's my ego. Here's my point, though.
When do you fight without ego?
Exactly. Well, that's my point. That's my point. So that's my point, though. It's like, you violated me, and then the other people who lived here, who I'm like defending, and this, that, and the other. And it's like, the person was, a loser and sick and had a drug problem, and it's like,
shit matters.
My thing was, I shouldn't. It's not up to me to be the morality police.
But
you feel me?
At the time, it fucking was. So sometimes it's certain things that fucking happen.
I don't regret it. I wouldn't take it back. But at the same time, it did do something to my mind where I was thinking about it for like a month or two after. Like,
I still think about
I don't like
people I've knocked out.
At all.
I've knocked the person
Not
out.
my thing.
I have picked him up and carried him to his buddy's car and fucking put him in, called my buddy the next day and was like, hey, how is he?
Yeah.
I wanted this dude's blood at night. It took a while to get there, but I wanted him dead. Cold clock knocked him out. I carried this man to his car because obviously he's got something going on. And I called my buddy. He's going through a divorce. He just wanted to get beat up, right? I obliged him. I obliged him. Good for him, though. You know what I mean? But, he wanted it. He got it. I felt horrible. I hit this dude in traffic and knocked this dude out. And I still think about it to this day. I felt horrible. But he was going at Chelsea. Like, Chelsea was driving. He was walking to her side of the car. And I put my hand on his chest. And was like, I'm barefoot, I got glasses on, bro.
Was it over some road rage shit?
Yeah, bro. She fucking flicked him off because he cut her off and almost ran off the road.
It's never that serious to me.
Bro, he slammed on the brakes. I'm not going to say where because if he is listening.
And he is.
Listen.
Very big.
I slammed on the brakes. It's a 2-lane road, right? This guy turns sideways to where we can't get by him. This big motherfucker. I'm a big motherfucker. This dude's a foot taller than me. I'm telling you, he's close to 7. You know what I mean? Big biker motherfucker. He's probably like 20, 15 years older than me. Big ass head. I had to look up. That's how you know. Now, I'm a big guy. I got out the car in the passenger seat. He didn't even look at me. I struck no fear into this man. So I'm like, oh, fuck. He's a real dude. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you're hoping your stature does something. Yeah.
Yeah. So like hopefully he looks at me and goes, oh shit. And I'm like,
let me at least not go through this battle.
There goes the ego. And I'm like, oh yeah, get back in your car. This man ain't even look at me.
Don't you hate it when you think you can just peacock for a minute? And then the person don't affect you go, God, in your head you go, God,
it was the most like humbling thing. Not that I have an ego that big, but
Everyone has an ego.
We have an ego, but not that like I'm like, oh, you should fear me. Like I'm not nobody, but like my size alone to a stranger.
And also sometimes just showing that you're willing to do it makes people back down.
Yeah. So and this instance right here is why like if we open the car doors, we're fighting. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck. If we're on the street, we open car doors. Why are you opening your car? Unless we get an accident, we're fighting. You come out here to argue with me? Come out here to stick a gun or something? Crazy. We're fighting. But either way, I get out the car, man, and I don't want to fight this guy, or else I'd have hit him right when I seen him. Right? I run over to the front of the car, man. Chelsea's like, this dude's gigantic. He's walking to her side. He's like, you fucking bitch. You better learn some fucking man. Man, listen, I put my hand on his chest, right? He still ain't looking at me. He is beelining at my fucking way.
Damn.
I put my hand on his chest, man. I'm like, man, you need to calm down. As soon as I put my hand on his chest, he smacked it down, right? And within a millisecond.
Probably the same time.
Exactly. But all the thoughts ran through my head because I didn't want to fight him. He's huge. It was like, he slapped my hand. Yeah, I was supposed to fight. I guess I got to fucking knock him out and crack him. Dude, listen.
You sold that so well.
Listen. I'm not sitting here bragging because I don't think it's fucking normal or whatever. But listen, I've hit people in the face before. I have never, because I was genuinely worried. Like, I don't think I've ever been worried in a fight to where we bleed the same blood, same size, a little bigger, whatever. This guy was a giant. And this guy wanted to hurt her, obviously. So I was legit.
By the way, Chelsea has never been hornier in her entire fucking life.
I promise you, correct.
That's the thing. No matter how much they don't want you to fight, it's like if something like that happens and you be the protector.
Wait till I tell you. Look, when I hit this cat, when I hit this motherfucker, his head was so big. I'm telling you, pushing 7 feet. And it's not one of those, well, he's always talking about how big this guy was. I am 6 foot tall. I had to look up at this man. Ask Chelsea, I said, this is a fact. I'm not bullshitting. I'm not fucking exaggerating. I had to punch upwards. And I fucking know where to aim, bro, because I was worried. And I hit him right the fuck here, right? I pulled my hand back. And for some reason, I seen it. Blood is everywhere. Not my knuckles. I go, so when he's falling, I crack him again, right, on the left hand. And send this whole different direction towards the curve. When I hit him the left time, blood squirts all over my face, all over my shirt, my fucking hands. It's because the first time I hit him with the right, his head was so big and like fat that it split from here to here to where I was like scared. But I hit him so hard because I was like fearful. It wasn't nothing I could summon just for fighting. Like this was like,
I mean, if you're gonna hit someone, you want to try to hit him hard, I reckon.
So he is fucking, dude. When he fell, when I hit his direction, like, because if we're fighting, we're not fighting until somebody says stop. I'm fighting until you can't stand. And I hit this cat, and he's like big. So it's like timber. Coming out calm with the left, changed his whole direction, and he fell and hit his shoulder on the curve. 3 inches away from fucking really, really catching the case and fucking this man up, which is just horrifying to me. Horrifying. But when he falls, right, and hits his shoulder, it's so fast that he's like, and like I thought I killed him. And I'm over top of him, and I'm like, why'd you make me do this to you? Why you do this, man? I was like, God, are you okay? Are you okay? Can you talk?
Jesus.
And I'm fucking scared, right? Like I'm trying to like shake him. Like I didn't want to fight this man. He made me crack him. Don't come to my way. I had to punch you in your fucking mouth. So he's fucking gargling and he fucking snaps out of it for a second. And like I want to say like I sort of helped him up, like, but I didn't. But like I was so close to him. It's just so like black and white because he's by his truck tire. Like the truck's here, he's here. He kind of like gets his footing and falls back into his fucking truck bed. And I'm like watching him like from a distance, like, are you good, yo? I said, are you good? Like, what the fuck, man? He fucking falls into his opening door and like looks like he's reaching under his seat, right? So I, boom, Chelsea, I'm running. I said, get in the passenger seat. Get in the passenger seat. I'm driving. So I get in the car because I think he's getting a gun, right? I fucking floor it. And I really want to I'll tell you the street name off camera so you can understand a little bit better. But it's a 2-lane road that merges into one. And it's a heavily populated area. And he starts following us.
Is it in like the daytime?
2 o'clock p.m.
Oh my god.
Maybe 1 p.m. Prime time. And it's in a business.
It's like heading
It's in a business park. I'll say this because you can't, court don't matter. Business park. It's in a business park. Full businesses. Very popular business park. Full cars. This cat's behind me. I take the fucking side lane. We get around to like more like
He's
grocery
following
stores.
You?
Yeah, I don't know how, right? But this is the best part. He's following me for like maybe 30 seconds or a minute. And I'm looking behind him, and I take the shoulder to go around these cars that are in a traffic thing, right? Because I'm like, yo, this guy wants to get a picture of the license plate or a gun or anything. He ain't getting nothing. He tries to take the fucking shoulder too, bro. And this is like 45 seconds later, and he runs off the fucking road. Past the fuck out.
You killed this guy.
Bro, he just like, bro, look, the curb is right here, and I'm riding up to go. I'm looking in the rear view. He takes the shoulder too and just veers off into the grass and stops. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God, I'm worried. But like, I still think about that to this day. Like, I didn't want to do that. I hated that.
It's terrible.
But you know, that whole next week, bro, don't fucking say nothing out the side of your mouth to me, son. I fucking killed this man. What are you talking about, bro? You know what I mean? That whole week after the fight is way better than the fight. But I hate fighting for
It's terrible.
But I love fighting. I love it. And I don't ever feel more alive. I don't think I've ever felt more alive again.
There's a huge presence involved.
When you realize getting punched in the face,
you're not thinking about the bills or the fight or the this or that.
I'm in the fucking moment.
Yeah.
And it's do or die. And once you realize a punch in the face or a punch anywhere doesn't hurt nearly as bad as your brain conjures it up to be, you're like, I'm fucking free. What are you gonna say to me?
It's like some Fight Club shit.
I would be in a Fight Club 1,000%.
What's the difference from a lady who's like really into like sad books or whatever versus like the very opposite, like a man that's into like fighting? Like it's passion in its purest thing.
People.
Listen, I'm not about street fighting. Yeah. I'm not talking about random street fights. We're just, we're just talking fighting.
Yeah.
We're just gonna make it its own thing. Maybe it's fucking, I don't know, sports or whatever. But like, I don't see a difference. Like, it's still just passion. Obviously, street fighting is fucked up. That's something different.
1,000%.
It is an outlet.
But like to see, you're at your basest, most fucking
it's
raw,
this primal thing.
Yeah, to each his own, bro.
Something about it.
You know what's wild? I feel like that would be like, okay, when girls are reading them books, right? Or if I'm like doing my thing, like a Fight Club or whatever, blah blah blah, on and off. Like, I am not a fighter. I'm not a dude at a bar who's gonna beat somebody up.
Sure,
I have no problem punching you in the face. But I also have a brain, and I know the repercussions of it. I will try my hardest not to fight. So I don't want to sit here and act like I'm some fighter.
Sure.
Bro. You know what I mean? That was a do or die situation.
Absolutely.
But if I was in a Fight Club, and my wife's reading them books or whatever, I'm not married to your outlet self when I'm not there. If you can keep your composure around me,
yeah.
If you're all cool and rocking and blah blah blah, and you got an outlet like that, like if you're killing people in the solid, we got a problem. You know what I mean? But like if you got an outlet to where you like go do this or whatever, that blah blah blah. Look, if it helps you be a better person.
If it's an outlet, it's an outlet. All right, here, look, let's eat one of these. I'm gonna close the episode with eating one of these. These are international snacks. Just pick one. I'm gonna do one with you. No idea what they're gonna be.
I don't know.
These things, I'm not looking at them, but they seem too big.
Those are kind of big. The one's a whole sleeve of cookies.
All right. What do I got?
Did you get these things? Is it a box?
Yeah.
It comes? Oh, dude, I was thinking about it, bro.
Yeah.
All right. What'd you get?
Polpo Rendindo Giant Gigante with fruit.
I'm sure you said that flawlessly.
Polpo Rendindo. Polpo Rendindo with Giant Gigante.
Gigante sounds like big.
Listen.
Look, this is weird. This says Zumba Pica. You see this? Zumba Pica. And then right under it, Zumba Rica.
Zumba Pica or Zumba Zika?
So, I don't know what the fuck. This seems like a giant lollipop.
Listen, bro.
I'll just 30 minutes of me sucking on this lollipop.
I'm going to give this to my cousin Hector.
No, you need to try it. Hector. You can't pronounce the H.
Does it say where they're from on the package somewhere? Product of Mexico or something?
It should, but it's clearly Mexican fucking.
It might be. A lot of them were, but some were from different random countries.
DulceDelaRosa.com. Is Spanish, my friend.
All right.
I don't know. Chamoy, Chamoy.
You ever work with Spanish people?
Yeah.
So how do they say your name? Because you got a J too.
Houston.
I'll say Yosh. What we doing, Yosh?
Yosh. That's funny.
Man, fuck this shit, bro.
Oh god, what is it? What do you got?
Nah, I mean,
describe it.
Yeah, you gotta describe it for the
sour sugar.
Sour sugar. Okay, that sounds good.
If you took a spoonful of sugar and you drop whatever the shit that makes sour shit in there,
that's all it is.
Try it.
I'm trying to lollipop.
That is an ugly lollipop,
bro. It's first of all, it's huge.
It was spicy. Now what the fuck, bro?
It's spicy,
it was sour and spicy. Sour sugar.
I can't get over the way
sour sugar.
that lollipop looks, dude. The stick's all on one side of it,
well,
not even in the
fucking
center.
Dipped in a mud hut. What do you fucking think, bro?
I taste like.
Wait for the spice. Afterwards, when it's all gone, the spice comes.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
What?
We're gonna try it.
Please. I feel like it tastes like a dough that isn't done. Like a cookie dough that isn't finished. Texture wise.
Right on.
But bro, yeah, dude, that flavor.
How does it get spicy?
Like,
dude,
I think the tahini probably.
I love this.
Really?
I mean, the immediate flavor you get.
Oh no! Wait.
I don't know what it says. Mango.
Is the spicy coming?
Slowly.
It's probably the mango and tahini.
That's weird how slowly the
Yeah, right? It's like two different things.
This thing is a full fucking lollipop. It's going to take me an hour to eat. It's not very good. I'm going to be honest. The Zumba Rica kind of sucks.
I would eat.
If it was good, Justin, it'd be in fucking America, brother.
Yeah, this chamoy is not that good.
America, Trump, Kamala, whoever for president, we're rocking.
Yeah. Fuck them both, 2024. Thanks for coming on, brother. I appreciate you.
Anytime, brother.
Always a good hang. Don't buy these lollipops. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for being here.
If this doesn't work, I'll kill myself. Damn.